Today we're going to rewatch my run from AGDQ. It happened, what, like a week or two ago? Maybe two at this point? Close to 2 weeks ago? And this was a Mario Bros. 35 showcase between me and 3 other people. I Ate Your Pie, Author Blues, and Adef. All of us pretty decent in our own right in Mario 35. And for those who don't know, AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick, is a charity marathon that raises money for Prevent Cancer Foundation. They have marathons like twice a year, and yeah, they raise like millions of dollars, and they're still able to throw on some kind of thing even during quarantine times. So yeah, mostly they're for speedruns, but we are able to do some showcase things as well, which is cool because we got to play Mario 35. And since you can't really do any kind of race or speedrun of it, we did a showcase where you played for points, and anytime you won a match, you got 10 points. And if you got a KO, you got 1 point. And this is me watching back my gameplay, and there were people commentating at the time, Spike Vegeta and GlitchCat. So they'll probably explain a lot of that stuff anyway. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to watch it back. I haven't watched it back, so I haven't seen other people's perspectives and what happened to them. And yeah, so it'll just be fun. And I can give my thoughts because I never like talked during this. I just played. So it'll be fun. So you can hear what was going through my mind at the time. So yeah, let's do it. Go.
Welcome everyone.
Yeah, that's Spike Vegeta. We're
We're
all laughing at him already.
Showcase for you guys today. I'm Spike Vegeta. Co-commentating with me today is GlitchCat. How you doing?
Oh, and over here we
doing
have.
great. It has been a
This is
fantastic
the
marathon
chat
so far,
from
and it's a
the
good night for Mario 35.
AGDQ stream.
Absolutely. Let's showcase to
Wait, I need to sync this up and play it in the background so that the chat moves. Okay, I think that should work.
top players in Super Mario Bros. 35.
Close enough.
We got in the top left corner, we have got Adef.
Yo, Jatla, thank
top
you so
right,
much.
Author Blues. Bottom left, I Ate Your Pie. And bottom right, Cosmic D.
Cosmic
Hope
D,
y'all
I haven't been called
are
that in a long
excited. Type
time.
35 in chat, because that's the first time I've ever heard anyone ask to type the number 35.
Push
If you are
35.
hyped for this race/competition. Now, a lot of you might be sitting at home who've played Mario Brothers 35 and thinking, what are they doing? You can't race this. Well, you're right. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a competition-based thing that's gonna be for points. On the layouts, you can see a bunch of different numbers being calculated.
Let me know if
The
it's
big numbers
too loud. I wanted
there
it louder on
are
my
adding
end, but-
together their KOs and their wins. For every KO that they accomplish within each of these Battle
Thank you, Fable.
Royale Super Mario Brothers 1 based games, they will gain 1 point. And for every win within a lobby, they gain 10 points. This is a 90-minute game. By the end of the 90 minutes, all controllers down, it will be up, and we will decide the winner off of the
Yeah,
scores
90 minutes.
there.
No matter where you're at in a match,
Playing
it's
as
just-
Luigi. So
you're
with
done.
that, I know you guys have been waiting anxiously for this race to get started. So
He
with
says
that,
this waiting anxiously because this run started like an hour late or more. Like we were supposed to play at a certain time, and then they got behind schedule like shortly before our runs. Some of the previous runs went long, and then the run right before ours had this incentive to do a glitch showcase for A Link to the Past, and they like stalled forever because they wanted to reach the donation incentive so that they could let them do the showcase. So we were just like waiting for so long for them to do the showcase.
We're going to be counting them down
Anyway,
in about a minute.
we were
from
all, like,
now because the
starving,
timer just
too,
went by a
'cause
certain thing. So
thought we'd be
before we
done
get
by
there,
now.
Glitch
Could
Cat,
you-
give me a little bit of your analysis. What are you expecting to see tonight?
You know, this is a game, excuse me, this is a game where not necessarily the fastest player will win. That is very helpful, but this is a game of improvisation, resource management, knowing where the secrets are in the level, and being able to make the right call in the moment. So I'm looking forward to some really good late game and some great improvisation from all these racers.
Absolutely. It's going to be extremely happy to see the 4 of them throw down again. Anyone
think
else
in
to check
chat.
this out? It's still going to be on the Nintendo eShop until March, so make sure to get in there. We've got about 20 seconds, so we're going to get them started off. We're going to get a quick thumbs up from all our runners. They're ready to go, ready to go. I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4 thumbs, all rare and ready to go.
Pausing
so
will
I'm
mess
gonna
up
start
chat.
counting them
You're
down
right.
here in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! All right. All of our players getting into their respective lobbies.
Thanks,
Just a
Steven.
note on screen for you guys, they're all 4 of them are staggered just a little bit for y'all. making sure they don't end up making it lower odds that they're in the same lobbies. Give themselves a little more chance that they might actually get some points out of this.
Yeah, we
But again,
staggered the
each of
starts
lobbies are
because
gonna
we
fill
didn't.
up with
If
34
multiple of us ended up in the
opponents,
same
other
first
players
lobby,
online that they are going
that would've
up against.
been-
Again, they're going to be going for KOs on the side of the screen,
know.
which will be
Would've messed things
denoted
up.
by red KOs once they're knocked out. Now let's see how many other opponents, NPCs I'll call them, are going to die to the first Goomba in the level. Anyone knocked
Pi
out?
playing
2
Mario?
people already knocked out in Pi's lobby.
People
We got
donated
another
for
one
Luigi?
going down in 8F's lobby. Off, unfortunately, still looking to just get enough players in
just
it. We
forgot.
need more people playing SMB 35. Let's get them out of here. And they're one knocked out in Cosmic. So you can look, if you guys want UI stuff to look for, top right corner, you can see out of 34, 35, actually only 33 players in Cosmic's lobby, 34 in Pi's. 8F's got a nice full lobby of 35, all coming in at 34. They're going to want to see how many players are left out of those numbers. And also, if you look in the top left, we got the big number of their coins. Right now, you see Pi sitting at 22,
Yeah,
for
so-
example. All the other players sitting at 20, 40 apiece. Every
You'll see
20,
KOs
they can play a
anytime
slot machine to determine a
someone has an
different
orange
power
square
level
on one of the
that
side
game will
panels.
literally
You
give
can't
them
see,
between a star,
just for,
a
like,
regular
space
mushroom
reasons, you
to
can't
end
see
them
the
off
left
with
side of,
Mario, the fire flower to give them 2 hit
ADEF
points,
and
and
Pi's,
fire
but
flower power to utilize, and a power block
a huge
that can
game.
obviously just clear the screen of all
Thanks,
enemies.
311.
Now, Glitch, I'll go ahead and kick it over to you to explain a few more mechanics and some of the
So-
meta of what's going on here today.
Well,
Well, this is, excuse
listen
me,
to
this
what
is
they have to
early
say.
game. There are 3
For a second.
resources primarily. You got your coins, you got your power-ups, and you have time. You're going to be using each of those to get the other one. And so
Oh.
early game right
Oth
now, where
got
all these players
8-4
are at,
already.
although Oth for some reason on 8-4, which showed up surprisingly early. But right now, these players are primarily
sniped
focused
in the
on
first game? How
collecting
did this
resources.
happen?
And they're going to do that by hitting multiple coin blocks to get coins, destroying enemies to get combos to rack up their time, and getting power-ups, and just making sure that their resources, they want a lot of them, because as you're going to see, they're going to need that later. They're going to need their time, or else they're going to time out. They're going to need coins to pay for the roulette. Like you see Pi up there getting the one-up
Yeah, starting
mushroom.
8-4 is pretty
Since
hard.
there are no lives in this, one-up
I didn't
mushrooms
see
will
if
give you 20
how early it
coins.
came or how many
So,
coins
right
he had,
now,
but if you don't
it's
have coins
collect
or power-ups to
resources
get through
and
there,
do
you
it
kind of just
very,
die.
very quickly. If possible, players might also want to try to target maybe someone with a lower time, or maybe try to get some knockouts
But,
in
see, that's not
early
actually
game.
that bad,
You can see who's
dying
being
quickly,
targeted
'cause
by
you
the
just
little
start
red
another
lines
match.
that are coming. If you notice,
It's a lot
Cosmic
worse
in the
to
lower right
draw
has-
out a
looks
match
like
forever
1, 2,
and then
3,
get
4
second.
people targeting right now, and that means that whenever they destroy an enemy,
Spoilers,
they'll
that kinda
send
happens to
garbage
me a lot.
enemies to those players and hopefully get some knockouts. But right now, it's all about collecting the resources and putting yourself in a good position for late game. Because as we'll see, late game is going to get a little more hectic.
My basic strategy for this was like, and I've done a lot of these, like, this format, just playing for 90 minutes and seeing how many points I could get, and my strategy worked super well. My strategy was basically get enough coins that I can survive anything that comes, and then try and find really hard enemies to send people so that I get KOs, because each KO I get a point for. So I would just, like, play quickly. At the very start of the round, when everyone's alive, I wanted to target a ton of people to get as many of my enemies on all their screens so I could get some random KOs. Because a lot of the beginning people will just get killed by a random Goomba or whatever. So immediately I'd try and send a bunch, and then I would collect coins until like 400 something coins, and then it's like, okay, it's go time, just try and kill everyone. And so I would just like speedrun trying to find like a water level, because bloopers are really hard enemies, or like Hammer Bros or Bowser's or something. And yeah, even with a really good strategy, this it's just really random. Like, you can play perfectly and like not win a match and not get any KOs, and then you can play really poorly and you can get like 4 KOs and win a match.
Taking
I don't know.
advantage of opportunities to create those combos on the fly and do it quickly is
Thank
going
you,
to be a
Cassie.
big strategy for these players to conserve resources.
saw Pi there, a little confused, a little thrown off from one of the hits right there. He's in Big Mario form, unlike original Super Mario Brothers.
He's
1,
in.
if you are in
Oh,
Fire
never
Flower
mind.
state and
Oh,
you
he's in
take damage,
4-1
you
for a
don't
second.
immediately go to Small Mario. You do have that one extra health point to work with. But obviously, if you don't have that Fire Flower, which Pi knows, again, it takes a lot of knowledge.
It's hard to watch 4
where all
screens.
this stuff is, when to utilize it, and just
ADEF getting
other
water
items,
level
coins and whatnot,
is really
so you can
good.
pull on that slot machine later on.
Like a water level coming
Right now, looking
as like
across the
third
board,
or
looks like
fourth
everyone's pretty
level
healthy
can
on
speed
money.
up a
Everyone's
round
got
so
those
much.
timers nice and
Well,
low.
sort
And
of.
that timer is going to count down
It's
faster
really
and faster
convoluted
as they go through
because
the match. So that does
you can
benefit
speed
them
up
more.
a match
Clear out more
down to
enemies,
like
get to flagpoles,
3 or
keep
4
that timer
people.
nice and high because, again,
That's
three
like
ways to die.
kind of in your
Either take
control if
damage
you
when you're in
get
Small
good
Mario
levels for
form,
it.
fall in a pit,
But
which right
past
now,
that,
high
like,
in a
you just
level
can't
easily
kill
with a lot of pits
someone
that
else
could
if
cause
they're a
a lot of
decent
grief,
player, and
or
then they
just
drag on the
letting
match
that
forever.
timer run out.
And then
Yeah, Cosmic
the
in
ending
bottom
just
right has secured 1 KO and here
the
in
ending
a
just
water
like
level.
comes down to
That's
who
water
gets
levels
better
early
levels
on.
for building up
Really just
time.
don't wanna see
Basically,
it
it's kind
late
of
in the
stupid.
match. A lot less enemies you get to deal
Bro,
with.
thanks for the
Jump
2
to
years,
send
dude.
other enemies. Have that big pow block clearing out
Can
the
play
screen. Good
perfectly and
play
still
right
lose
there
horribly.
by Cosmic. And now I'd like to point out in the top right corner, myself
Yeah,
off,
kind of.
took that early
Like,
death to 8-4, but
Mario
actually
Maker
has secured
2
not one,
versus
actually,
is
but
like
3
you can
KOs.
get owned
That's
by
right.
just
Count
not
to
knowing
3, everyone on his
the
way to
level you're
35.
playing.
And
This
in
is
a
kind of
pretty good
different.
lobby, basically caught back up with the other runners. The little luck of the draw right there, and good execution by Off. Might have even potentially been. I'm not going to say.
Like in that game, sometimes you have to gamble on which path to take. This game's more like you can play super well, but your opponent gets a little luckier or just plays better. Or you can play bad and your opponent just plays worse.
But again,
You know?
the big lion's share of points
Thanks,
gonna come
Wolfgang.
from taking wins in their lobbies. As right
Giving
now,
second or
Pi's
third
alone
points
is
as well?
on the board,
No, not really. I'm not
with,
sure if-
no KOs on his part. Off up 3.
I definitely would have gotten, like,
8 Fs 1. And we'll see how the lobbies
Some
go.
more points for a bunch of seconds.
I think we've explained.
I don't know if it
would
would
have
have changed the outcome though, because I think everyone got a few seconds.
We've
I'm not
got
sure.
90 minutes. We'll pace ourselves, and I do want to hear from Skybills right now because I know we are working hard towards that $2.5 million.
Absolutely, and can I just shout out Spike Vegeta and GlitchCat7 here really quick. They are both amazing commentators, and we are very lucky to have them commentating this.
Aw,
That being
shucks.
said,
Oh,
let's
shucks.
hear about everyone's loyalty here to the teams. We were talking about this before. I hope you've all selected your team members. So here we go. $50 from Gumshoe, who says, "Good luck, father. Release me from the crate and let me feast on the warriors." And that is for Team Pie.
I feel like
with,
the
that's
chat
Pi's dog,
was
Gumshoe.
pretty
I'm
was
so
split pretty
sad
well
He didn't just
on
let
like
Gumshoe chill in the
Off
room
by
with
the
him.
ADEF.
We hear, oh, I got down on the
During the-
field.
the-
Gumshoe, no,
there was an
no,
interview
no,
before
sorry.
this,
Go ahead, read 2 more donations. while
And
we're
there's
moving
like
to the end
tons
this
of
first
people
lobby.
saying me.
Absolutely. We have a
And
$50
then
donation from
not
Big Head One
as
who
many
says
during
super
this
hyped to see
match,
the Super Mario
or
35ers
during the actual
donating
thing,
in honor
so
of my
far, at
sister
least.
and aunt who are currently battling this
There's a
horrible
couple.
disease
They heard
for
me.
Team Up.
Oh,
Thank you very much, Big
yeah.
Head.
So
And we have
Spoilers, watch my screen here
$50
for a
from
second.
Emerlin who says, "Team Up, let's go!" Back to y'all.
Yeah, back to us, and we have right now an epic battle down there in the top, in the bottom right with Cosmic. Spent it all trying to get rid of the Bowser, and then just unfortunately.
oof. Here. I wish I set up the chat better. But anyway,
This place
here's what
just
happened.
Jumped. Cosmic a lot.
And we have $50 from Emerlin who says, "Team Up, let's go!" Back to y'all.
Yeah, back to us, and we have right now an.
I didn't want to hit this right here. Like, what happened is I was trying to jump on this Goomba, and then I was reacting to this fire coming, so I wanted to pull back a little, and then I could land before it and jump over it. But instead, I barely ticked that, so it killed all my speed, and then my left press to slow down before this thing meant, nope, instead of slowing down a little bit, you're just gonna go like flying really far to the left and die. So that sucked, because there was only 3 people
in the
left.
bottom right with Cosmic. Spent it all trying to get rid of the Bowser, and then just unfortunately misplaced.
I
his
guarantee
jump.
this was a slaughter from
a lot of
Cosmic.
A favorite for a lot of players.
Ah,
one of the best Super Mario Brothers
I don't know.
1 speedrunners in the world. But taking
Rethink
it
your
back to that lobby,
worldview.
was able to secure the 2 KOs, but no lobby wins for anyone yet. 8F down to 4 players in his lobby. Pi down to 5. Again, they've got the inside track.
Thing is, from one instance like that, you can't say
Whose position do you like best right now?
you can't say how the rest would have gone if
right now, is
I didn't do
ADEF,
that.
because
So
ADEF
who
has
really
entered
knows?
into
Now I get to
what
go
we
start
call,
another
at least
match
I call
faster.
red
That match may have
time.
gone on for
The
super
timer,
long.
Once you spend so long in a match,
Who knows what
the
lobbies I
timer
would
will
have
start to get
gotten
faster,
if
and
that didn't
according to
happen.
Auth, it actually maxes out at 10 Mario seconds per real second. It's not. It gets faster than what ADEF has. This is an interesting position because now we understand what the point of resource collection at the beginning was. ADEF is now
90
going to have
minutes
to
is a long time.
spend
Dude,
coins to
it
get
was the
power-ups
longest
to
90
blast through all these
minutes
enemies,
ever.
and is going to have to do that really quickly
Or,
because
wait.
again, destroying enemies will get you time combos, and with the timer running down so quickly,
I
that's
feel
gonna
like the
put a
90
lot more
minutes
pressure
went
on
by
ADEF. Also,
faster
Auth right now, grabbing that star
when I was
and,
doing
moving backwards to get that Bowser. That's a pretty good
previous
play because, like
ones,
we said, anything
like
that you
practice
destroy
ones.
will be sent to the other players.
The final
So Auth
10
with the
minutes of
star
this
right
went
now
super
trying
fast,
to
but the rest I was like, wow,
prioritize
this is
destroying
a
some
long
of the more
time to
difficult
be
enemies, and he did get a KO
hyper-focused.
from that. So nice work.
4 KOs is an absolutely massive lobby. You can play really well and kind of like Pi in his position right now, not have a single KO. Very good stuff for Auth right now as he's sitting here with 2 opponents.
A link
left,
to this tournament
targeting
structure.
both of them right now, still picking up even
It's
more coins. We got
not
over
really
600 coins in
a
his
tournament
wallet
or
right now,
anything.
and as you can see,
The
that
rules
is
are just
very important
10
to just
points for a win,
always
1
have
point for a
these
KO.
resources to go
And you play
back,
for 90
adding
minutes.
more and more
I think that's
power-ups, more and
all
more
there is to it,
damage, and
really.
more ways to clear out enemies.
Because
Someone
as the
asked,
screen fills
how
up,
does
you
GDQ
will
streaming
need to
work?
spend coins.
Yeah,
will
you were
definitely
just
need to
in
do that.
Discord,
And also
and
wanna point out, the
they
first player to
capture.
encounter 6-3.
Well, you
This is
stream
probably
your
the worst
your
level for
game
this.
and
There's not a
webcam
lot
to
of
like
resources to
a
get, and there's
server
tons of
that
pits
they
to fall in.
restream it from.
Everyone was practicing
But
this stage. 6-3 is the killer here. So let's see if Auth
the
can
commentators just watch your
But,
gameplay
yeah,
from
wanna
in
get,
Discord.
Want to keep that time up, and the players are going to have to spend their coins down. So something that's really going to be helpful here in red time is knowing where things
Pi is
are in the
in.
level. A 1-up
6-3.
mushroom, you don't need 1-ups in this game, so they give you
classic
20 coins.
falls in a pit.
Multi-coin blocks. Ooh, and Pi taking
Saw
the
it
death
coming.
in 6-3, the killer. You hate to see it. But
So,
knowledge of the levels is really going
no
to
one has a
players
win
out,
yet.
so they can
We have some
not have to
KOs,
spend a roulette. Because
but
if you can just
Auth
run ahead with your
and
iframes
ADEF
to
both
get to
have
where
3
a power-up
people
is, you save your
So
20
they're probably
coins,
looking
and
like
you're
the first
always going to
wins.
need coins. So you got to be a little bit risky, but you got to know what you're doing too. Ooh, ADEF. Oh, no. The great equalizer, the pits.
Oh, he fell in
you
a
hate
pit?
to see it. So you got to be a little bit
In
risky, but you got to
5-1.
know what you're doing
Oh, that
too.
sucks.
Ooh, ADEF. Oh, no.
He got a KO after he
The
died, at
great
least.
equalizer, the pits. You
A
hate to
little-
see it.
A little bit better.
Yeah, Pitts claiming both of our players right now. So Auth with that early death in 8-4, but now has the opportunity down to 2
So,
opponents already.
The way this was working was kind of interesting. We actually tracked our own KOs and scores. They also did, but like we had a spreadsheet just to make sure it got all right. So I could watch the spreadsheet and see when people were entering in like, here's how many KOs I got. Did I win this game? So at this point, I
1-2 is a
remember
really good resource collection.
like
One
I
of
was the first person to put
you
in
do,
like I lost a
when
game,
you're
but
kind
then I
of learning
remember
this
seeing
game
like
is,
Auth
go
lost
through all the
one.
maps of Mario 1, look at
Maybe
where all
Auth
the
lost
hidden
one
power-ups
first.
are, and kind
Anyway,
of get a
then
feel
I remember
for
everyone
what,
had
the purpose
like
of
a
each
loss on
level
their first
is,
round.
in the larger meta, the game within the game that we're playing here. 1-2, 4-2, very good resource
like, okay,
collection
everybody lost,
levels,
I'm
and
still
you're
in
gonna
this.
see players attempting to loop through those because they've got a lot of multi-coin box, they've got the 1-up, and also, like we're seeing from Auth, it's got the warp zone, which shows you the
I won
next
4 there
3
was sick.
levels that you would
Let me go watch it
kind of
again.
learning.
There were a couple times where I was like, oh my gosh, did you see what I just did?
Knows how to use that fire flower and the shells to his advantage. Has just
I had
oodles
some
of
really
power to go to
unfortunate,
if he can
like,
avoid pits and whatnot, which is not too much of a problem
losses
down here
in
1-2.
in this,
Yeah,
but
1-2
I
is a
had
really good
such
resource,
sick
collection. And
like
one of the
actual
first things,
gameplay.
you do when you're
Um,
kind of learning this game is
dude.
go through all the maps of Mario 1. Look
I
at where
actually
all the
got
hidden
out of
power-ups
all
are,
the
and kind of
times
get a
I've
feel
played
for
this
what the purpose of each level
this
is,
format, I got the
in
least points
in
I'd ever
the larger
gotten.
Meta, the game within
But
the
I
game that
played
we're
the best
playing
I've out of all of
1-2,
them. I felt like
4-2,
so that's how
very
just
good
like weirdly
resource
random this game
collection
is.
levels, and you're gonna see players attempting to loop through those because they've got a lot of multi-coin box, they've got the 1-up, and also like we're seeing from Auth, it's got the warp zone, which shows you the next 3 levels that you would
Target at
get
10
and
left.
allows you to make a selection, and that gives you a
I don't
little
know
bit of
what
control.
you're
So
trying
Auth
to say,
again,
Kolvik.
with red time going on, select 1-2 again because it's very resource heavy, and Auth is going to want to try to quickly build up some resources.
Yeah, right now, if you're off, you're looking at those sequence, do you just stay in 1-2 here in the late game as much as possible? Considering you're sitting here.
What I do depends completely on what
700 coins.
reason I'm playing
it's
for.
a really
Keep
tough.
this nice and safe against one other opponent.
Yeah, it's a really tough decision. I mean, you're weighing how good do you think your opponent is. It's a tough decision to make, but the real factor is going to be, and you notice kind of Pi doing it, and ADEF as well.
That we're looking at each other.
At a certain
It was kind of
point,
funny. Huh?
you need enemies on the screen. You have to have that because the timer is going down so quickly that if you can't
His is
constantly
going down.
destroy
Oh, that
things
sucks.
Or constantly combo,
This
hopefully
makes
we
me
get to see
mad.
some big,
Oh my
Lakitu
gosh, are you
parties or bullet
serious?
bills where the screen is just swarming with them. But Oth is in a little bit of a tough situation right now. And yeah, Oth actually rolling.
I'm so
I'm
mad.
assuming that's why he's doing it. Rolling
I'll
the
explain why
roulette,
later.
even when he's fully powered up. Because there aren't a lot of enemies to destroy for extra time, and getting a power-up that you don't need
So
will
mad.
add a little bit of time on the clock.
He
But
just
Oth wins
wins.
it on that one. Nice job. Well played. I think that's the
That's so
first win we've
annoying.
seen.
He had like not a lot of time left, and then he gets 2-2, which is not a good level for time. Not at all. Because the best thing for time is like kicking shells, and if you can, like stomping on a bunch of enemies. And you can't really do that as well on water levels. Sometimes you can kick a shell and get a bunch of time. But in general, 2-2 is not a great level. Like you're gonna take forever to swim through it. So he doesn't have a lot of time. He gets a terrible level, but he just like luckily won because his opponent died, I guess. Later, I play like well in red time. I feel like I get destroyed by getting a bad level. But it doesn't work out as well for me. My opponent doesn't just die. Somehow they magically win, even though they're not sending me a whole lot of enemies. Anyway, look at this sequence right here. This shell.
But yes, that is one of ADEF's emotes, so that makes perfect sense to me.
Anyway,
We have $25 from Amelia, who says, Team Cosmic for
I
the
did
win.
see you
Everyone
ask
to
that
get a
before,
Lakitu
Geiger.
party?
I
I
just
think there
chose
should
not
be
to
a
answer,
Lakitu party.
so it's
I agree
a
with
strange
that.
question.
Hopefully we get one of those tonight. I love them. We have $5 from Squiddles, who says Team Author Blues Train hype, and $100 from Laura Welch, who says Go Team ADEF.
Will I do any percent against Ian? I don't
Would
know
y'all like a
about
few more? I mean, there's so many of these,
soon,
which I
but
love.
I don't know about at all.
We'll
But
jump back in. We're just giving our voices.
I'm considering it after I do a couple other
Oh my
speedruns.
gosh, yes it is. We have $5 from Peanut the Dog, who says, I've
people have a
never seen
favorite
Mario
one.
like this, and let's go Team
I don't know.
Pie. And we have $50 from Mathra, who says, Team Oth, thought this is a weird-looking La Mulana randomizer. Love your content.
If
and
anytime
your
you
community."
see me on my webcam look like
Love to
over
hear
that
it.
direction,
Love to hear all the love and
that's
support
because
for
I'm
all
looking
the
at the
ones
spreadsheet to
four
see
good friends of mine, absolute
like if anybody's
standout
finished, what
gentlemen
KOs
in
they
the
got,
community. Make sure to give
if
all
they
four
won.
of them a follow.
If you
We're
watch the
playing
last few
Super
minutes
Mario
of this, I'm sure I'm
and a
like,
lot of other video games, thankfully, because we're gonna be done playing this in March. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll keep playing. We'll see. But go download it right now. It's a lot of fun.
okay, I have 400 something
Jumping back into the
coins.
match, looks like no
I should
KOs necessarily secured for
stop
them.
getting
Again, if you're
coins
sitting
here.
like, there's so much vomit on screen. I have
Just
no idea
just
what I'm looking
just
at right
speed
now.
run.
The big
Just
thing to
kill
focus on
enemies and
are-
speed run to
are
find
their
a better
timers
level to
in the
play.
red bar in the top right corner. What's their
I was kind of
counts in the top
well, I
left?
don't know.
So you see right now Cosmic already built up nearly 500 coins. That just gives him that many more options than the late game.
I wanted to have so many coins that I would never lose if a Lakitu party
AF
came.
looking close to 300
And I
coins
never
right
found
now.
like a single
Also,
Lakitu
look
stage
at
ever.
How many other enemies are they targeting? How many
I don't-
opposing players?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of upset at, like,
Looks like most of the other players have one target they've got
the
going targets right
luck
now.
that I
So
got
gives them
during
that
this,
many
but
more-
it's
many
whatever.
More opportunities to capitalize on throwing out their enemies.
So this is
throwing out
kind of
their
okay.
enemies,
I could get some Hammer Bros in this stage.
Yeah, one thing to
and,
mention.
yeah, so keep track of all that stuff, and you can. Yeah, it'll be fun. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say one thing to mention. There is a little bit of meta to how you target players, and Cosmic
True.
in the lower right is particularly adept at that, I think. You can target
True.
players based on a couple of different conditions. Lowest time, most coins, attackers, which means players who are also attacking you, or just
While I'm
random.
like farming
And what
multi-coin
you'll see
blocks, I
Cosmic, and
like
I've also seen ADEF
claw.
do it, is sometimes you can just
How do
press
I do
the,
it?
I think the L button, and spin the wheel of who you're targeting. And what that has the effect of doing is picking
Oh,
up a couple of other
I had to remember how I did
attackers that if
this.
someone isn't
So I use my
attacking
other
you,
hand to
and then
like
suddenly you're attacking
spam
them,
targets
now, if they're targeting
while I'm
attackers,
farming
now they're
multi-coin
attacking
blocks.
you.
And then
it actually can be, it's a little
if I'm just
counterintuitive
running
because it
over
makes it
flat ground that I
dangerous,
don't
but
need to focus
you
on,
want
I
to have
claw
some
the run
attackers
button
because,
and then
again,
use the
having
stick
things on screen is like
to
simultaneously
attack people.
a good
So
position
I'm like doing
and a
that all
bad
the
position
time.
because you're going to need that to farm resources. So you gotta walk the line, right? It's almost like a game of chicken. You want to like get a lot of targets, but you want to be able to handle the stuff that they're going to be sending at you. So there is a little bit of the targeting is kind of directed, I guess, in a way.
Right, it's not completely random. You find that other than attackers, you don't really sit
that
on
sucks.
any of the others, right?
Targeting
I don't
is
think you
kind
know
of
what you're talking
directed,
about.
I guess, in a way.
Right, it's not completely random.
This
You find
one,
that other than
I'll
attackers,
totally-
you don't really
well-
sit on any of the others, right?
Oh, that was such a.
I have to rewatch this
I
like
guess,
3
in a way.
times. I haven't rewatched
Right,
this
it's
yet.
not completely random. You find that other than
I see he jumps.
attackers, you don't
He
really
barely
sit
hits me, which sucks, and I barely don't make it on that
any of the
platform.
others, right?
Oh,
Which
that
is
was
really
such a-
lame.
Okay,
The
I'd like
reason-
to explain that death for Cosmic
Yeah,
for a minute.
please.
I will
So,
admit that throughout this,
Mario, in this game specifically,
I was
Mario 1
I was
as
kind of
well,
impatient
if you
because
take
I really just wanted to
damage
find,
in the
like I had
air,
so
in the
many
middle of
coins to
your
work
jump
with, I really just
as
wanted to
Fire
find like a
Mario.
Lakitu stage or
Only
something
Fire
like that
Mario,
that I could
apparently,
kill
all of
everyone
your
from,
horizontal
because
momentum will
you get a
just
huge
stop
advantage if
right
you
there. And that can be the cause
end
of a
the
lot
match
of gnarly
earlier.
deaths, like we saw
Like,
for Cosmic.
winning,
Not really in
it
a
should
good
be
way,
priority
not
number
really in a
1,
bad way,
because getting 10
because
points
they
from a
had
win
enough
is
momentum to
just
make that
everything,
jump.
honestly. But I
taking damage in
I
midair,
basically
no more momentum for you, and I
wanted
think
to just
everybody
do
here
whatever I
has fallen
could to
into
take it
at least
into my
once or
own
twice
hands
because
and
of that very property.
say, well, what can I
In
do
terms of
besides the
squad solid, once
randomness
again,
of just
ADF has the
who I
inside
get paired
track
up
right
with?
now.
What can
5
I do to
people
make
left in
the
his
wins
lobby. He's
faster?
attacking, looks
And
like
so I wanted
3
to like
of the-
speedrun it
yeah,
and
he's
find
actually
a good
up.
stage.
I'm trying
So I was like
think.
just trying to go fast there, and that was probably the worst moment of my whole thing. It was jumping into that Hammer Bro. That was just like
And now he's got some Hammer Bros.
not very
SMB1
smart.
Hammer
I
Bros,
easily
obviously
should have
very
like slowed
terrifying to deal
down,
with.
made sure
But
he
able to
died
clear
before I
both
made
of
the
them on
jump.
screen and send them out to his opponents.
Yeah, you definitely want to try to prioritize
Thanks, Victor Prime.
tougher enemies. Goombas,
Yeah,
Goombas
see
are
what he's
fairly
saying?
easy to deal with, but if you have the chance, and this is where sort of presence of mind and situational awareness really comes in. If you have the chance to send a Bowser or a Pobodo or even a Buzzy Beetle who can't be destroyed with fire, or something a little bit more powerful, might not be a bad idea to just actually deliberately
Bloopers,
take it.
in my
And that's where
experience
these
with this
players have to
format,
really be
bloopers have
deciding,
gotten me
okay,
more KOs
what
than
do I
anything.
do here? Do I try to destroy
Like,
the Hammer
if-
Brothers? Do I try to run away?
If I ever
Do
see
I
a water
roll to
stage
get
in
a
the warp
star?
zone, I'm
Maybe
going
get a
there.
star, maybe
If I'm
it'll be
trying to
power
like
they don't need as
get
much.
KOs.
So there's a lot of moment-to-moment decisions that are happening here, and the players are using their knowledge of the level and their physical skill in the game to kind of ensure
ADF's
themselves
about to get
against
a win,
failure.
looks like.
Can I just pop in and say something really quickly? It does pertain to what's
course.
going on. So, Pi got a kill in the first game as he was about to die. So his score is not 0 and it's been changed to 1. Just wanted to clarify that before we went any further. That's all. Keep going.
Kill from the
Oh,
grave.
thank you. Yeah, I was wondering.
go.
I saw over on the stream it was 1. And yeah, it must have been absolute Hail Mary fadeaway jump shot.
Are
by
cheaps
Pi.
good?
So good. We'll give him the
Um,
free throw
Yeah,
right
kind
there.
of.
Very
They're mostly
nice.
they get like
Keep 'em on
cheesy
the
kills
board.
if they hit someone as they're over a
Some
pit
good
and they
laughs
fall
on there. I
in.
like to see
But
it.
then you don't get a
ADF,
KO for it.
first of our
I think
4
they're good
players
at like
are the
killing
only
people. I don't think they're good at
in that
KOs,
red
if that
timer.
makes
Again,
sense.
That is not the fastest this timer is.
'Cause you don't
going
get a
to
KO for
We
making
can go
someone fall in a
even
pit.
Further beyond, chat. So trying to hang in there with the 2 players in his lobby.
Something we haven't mentioned also about KOs and about the situation that ADF and also Cosmic too are in right now. You can tell how many coins your opponents have. If I recall correctly, I think one of the little coin icons in your opponent's HUD, one coin icon equals 20 coins for them. So you can actually get an idea of how powerful the other opponents are in the game, and you might want to do maybe a little bit of targeting meta. Try
So
to
let's look
target
at
the player with the
ADF
most
screen
coins
here
to
for an
try to
example.
take them out,
The timer goes
or,
red
just get a
after a
sense of kind
while.
of what you're up
He
against,
found
that
4-1.
you know, for example, you might know that you have more
That could either end the game
resources
faster
than your
or draw it out
opponents in the match,
longer,
or less,
depending on how
and
good
that
his
might
opponents
help you
are.
make
If
some
one of them
decisions.
dies, then it
Pi
ends it
also in
faster
the
for
lower
sure.
left getting into red time as well.
Okay, so
the
it's
Stars a pretty
doing
good way to
first
rack
red
up,
timer. There's like 3 stages,
time
I think, of red
bonuses here,
timer.
but, Pi is gonna
And
need to get
right now,
more enemies
what he should
on the
do
screen
is
if he really
focus on
wants
getting to
keep
400
moving, but
red
it's
time
really
before it gets
important
to
not
like the
camp
fastest red timer.
during red time.
He really wants to get to 400 before that clock gets any faster.
But that's what I mean, that sometimes
And
speed
I
isn't
like
always the way to
really
win.
tried my hardest to do
Deliberate
that, and I got
movements
like
and just
destroyed
optimizing what you're trying to
later.
do.
We'll
Get a
see,
coin
but
quickly,
it's
kill
so
some
dumb.
enemies, and keep going fast because you want to get that resource. It's not about beating the level necessarily.
This is
although you
like
do
so
get a small
frustrating to
time
watch
bonus from it.
the matches that my opponents won because
Pi and ADEF both
I'm like,
in red time.
I don't know.
Off
I feel like I'm
securing
seeing
another
situations
KO,
where
and
I'm like,
actually just had another player knocked out, and another
oh, they
player.
could have
Two
played this
people
better.
both
And I feel like
and off
when I was in this
top
situation, I
scorer
played it
just
better,
went
but I
big
didn't
move
win.
right there. 25 points
That match, so
for
that's
the
kind of
Blues.
frustrating,
A
but well.
commanding lead, but a lot
I don't see how Oth won.
Pi
There's
and
2
ADEF
people
both
alive.
sitting in red time.
One
Off
dies.
securing another KO, and actually just
The other
had
just
another player
dies.
knocked
They
out,
just
and
die. He
another
wasn't even
player.
red
2
timer.
people
That's
go
so
poof,
lucky.
And Off's score just went big poof right there. 25
See, Jarvis.
points now for Off the Blues. A commanding lead, but a lot of time left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we got a 90-minute match, nearly 22 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not like mad at
Was able to slow down
the
Bowser, that potentially
results of like who
might
won
not
or
have
anything.
made
I'm
him
mostly
a
just
KO
upset
there.
at
Might
some
have
of the
had
luck
just
that I
enough
got.
breathe to get the win otherwise.
Maybe
Either
if you-
way, it doesn't matter.
when you
Off's
see it,
gone
maybe
to his
you'll
4th
disagree and be
lobby,
like,
2
you should have
victories
played
and one
better.
quick
We'll
loss
see.
for him. Has to be happy with how the matches are going so far. As our other 3 players, ADEF, Pi, and Cosmic, still looking for lobby victory number 1. ADEF with the smallest lobby at 3.
I think
Cosmic's
ADEF's
got
on the
5
second
in
stage
his.
of red timer
Pi
right
with
now.
7 left.
Yeah, that's a
All
little
of them
bit
with
of
a medium amount of target attempts
Yeah,
on
he
these
is.
attackers. Go for it.
Does a little bit of
So you can see
RNG
it's
that's
counting
gonna
down
come
pretty
into
dang
play
fast.
here.
This is not a
Some
stage
of
you
these
wanna get.
matches might take a
And
different amount of time.
playing it
There
kinda
might
slow.
be different players
You
with
have
different
tons of
skills in
coins, so
there,
you should feel free to
so
like charge ahead, and if you
who
get hit, you
knows?
just roll again.
That's something that I think that we're gonna have to sort of contend with, as far as like who's getting matches and who's
a fine
getting what
spot to
points.
wait,
Is that everybody, they're not in the same lobby right now. They're all in different lobbies, and so these matches, who knows? Some of them can be short, some of them can
Go.
be quick. The strat would obviously be to try to prioritize shorter matches, but you can't
Oh,
really
you-
control
You
that.
probably want to
So playing aggressively
It's not
might
that
be
big of a
the
deal.
play
Though.
here for
1-1's pretty
everybody.
good because now he gets to do a shell kick.
Yeah, right now it seems like it was about 2
Yo,
minutes
Abney,
ago.
thank you for the
Cosmic
raid.
Started back up this lobby. I look down. There's 3 players left in his lobby, including him, which is the big deal.
Yeah.
Biggest strategy: don't die, everyone. Make sure you stay in the lobby.
And that's another thing that we haven't touched on yet, but you can pick the level that you start on. Like when you start the match,
This is true.
You are adding a
You
level
can,
to the queue, and you pick what you want, and then it gets
Thanks for the
added.
raid, by the way. Welcome everyone.
Now,
We're
you
rewatching
can
my
pick the level that might be
GDQ
helpful, or you might pick a
showcase
level
thing from
that
a couple weeks
might
ago.
mess with people, and sometimes if you get a
On
very
screen
difficult
twice,
level
crazy.
early on in a match,
Um,
that can knock out a lot of
Here's the
players
thing: is
right at the
you
beginning.
can pick
So
what
Cosmic
level
definitely
goes
probably
in
wanted to
a
end
level
this,
queue for the game,
end this
but
match
because
soon
we're all
to
pretty
keep
high
going.
level, we basically
But you
never
can
get to
tell, too,
play
that
the stage
both
that
of
we put
Cosmic's
in.
opponents have
So
a
we
lot
have
of
even less
resources as
control
well,
over
so
what
maybe
happens.
that will be
If we
affecting
played on like low level
Cosmic's
accounts
decisions
and
as
I
they
could
go on.
actually sneak like
Yeah, Pi
6-1
there,
in,
Bowser right there, showing a
like,
lot of
5th level in the
patience.
queue or something,
Even though he was in red
that
time,
would
still
change
working it
a
down
lot
to 400.
of
He was
things.
able to secure the shell kill on the
But-
Bowser, staying alive in this has a lot of
Yeah, I
money.
don't know.
We got Daddy
We
Warbucks over
we
here, but also
didn't wanna
Daddy
do that, I
Warbucks
guess.
getting a little smaller. Still got
Wanted
the
a more
big
normalized
Mario.
situation.
Pick up another fire
Thanks,
power
Olympus.
here. Still keep himself in good
Should have done it.
Daddy Warbucks territory over 500.
Maybe at the very end, it would have been funny
AFC
for my
here
last
just
match
under
to like
200
switch
points for
accounts.
his. Look at that timer fly.
I mean, if I, but the problem is, what if it worked and I won from it? I wouldn't.
All right.
I would do it like ironically, but I wouldn't want to win from it.
We got our quick words on
I would just want it to be funny. But if
wants to
if I,
make
like,
sure
accidentally
ADEF
won, I'd be like,
is,
whoops.
really hanging on. But this is where we need to destroy enemies, because look at how
Yeah,
quickly
so
the
Pi,
time
you-
is going, and
oh,
how many
man, and
enemies
ADEF. You can
need
see
to destroy to
fastest red
keep
timer.
that from being a net loss. Pi also.
So what you can see on ADEF's
has
screen,
reached the really difficult red
his time's
time,
going on
and
super
ADEF,
fast,
oof,
and
I'm
there's not
really,
like that many
sort of
enemies to
cheering for you,
kill.
bud. Oh wow!
Oh, no. Oh, he lost from it.
He can, unfortunately, can't. Takes
Dang,
the
I didn't
timeout
see what happened
victory.
between him having 300 and then how it got down to like 60.
Frustrated
So,
face you can see right there.
Pigeon Rat? That guy sniped me too. Wait, no. Never mind, that's someone else. Wait, that's
You can gain
That's
out of your
like
mind, hang
an
on
Author
as long as you
Blues.
can.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
also how,
Author Blues told me about this later.
non-participating challengers
I heard him
also-
talking to Adef, and he's like, yeah, someone
I
who
can't-
watches my stream said they
I can't
sniped
even
you
tell
and
you how
beat
many
you.
Mario 35 matches I've had where I've lost, and I just go, how did they
So
do
that was them right there.
they, you know, ADEF, I mean, ADEF made good plays. They had the, you know, they were making combos. They rolled for power-ups on their roulette to try to spend coins to get themselves some
Kolvik, stop
time.
telling me
But,
about my
it can
gameplay,
get
because everything you've said so far
hectic.
doesn't make sense and is
Pi
wrong.
Also, if we
Okay?
want some more examples of really fast red
I
time,
don't know
here we
what
go.
you're talking
Pi
about.
Is building up a little bit of a Lakitu party as enemies get traded back and forth between.
Pi
you know,
is
some
having a
junk
crazy
enemies to someone,
4-1
and they send
right
it back
now.
To you. That can cause
He just-
parties
he's like,
to
shrink,
form,
grow, shrink,
and
grow.
We're maybe going to start to
Well, that
see
was really
a lot
good.
of Lakitus on the
If he
screen.
can get to the flagpole,
That
then
is
he's
a really dangerous
all set.
situation, obviously, but it could also be really, really beneficial because, again, we've got more enemies on screen, and
I'm
if we're
glad
really
IG.
lucky, we might get to see something
Okay,
that
so
I'm
I'm
told the Japanese
in
community is calling dynamic entry,
Red Timer.
where you are able to get up on top of a big swarm of Lakitus and continually bounce on them.
There's
in
only
order
one
to
person
keep
left.
filling up your time during red time. Pi doing a really good job here.
I don't remember how
keeping
this
that
game
timer
ends.
up. He has got to keep destroying these enemies.
Oh dang, what
and,
happened to Oth?
rolling to keep the power. So this told the Japanese community is calling dynamic
8-1.
entry. Really good job here.
He
You
just
are able
fell in
to
a
get up
one
on
block
top of a
gap?
big swarm
Oh,
of
that
Lakitus
sucks.
And continually bounce on them. in
Oh
order to
wow,
keep-
ouch. That really
This is
sucks.
just go, go, go for Pi.
Okay,
right
so
now. Meanwhile,
you can see
Cosmic
I go
also
up the
in red
vine.
time, but taking the
Okay,
4-2
right here,
warp,
I'm
which is
in the
a
normal
really,
red
really good
timer.
play
I'm
because
fast
Cosmic
red timer's
will,
coming soon, so I
see
want to
what levels are
like
coming
build up to
take
400 before
his
it
pick
comes.
and pick something a little bit
So I go in 1-1, I'm sure, yeah.
Here in red time, it is
I want to
at
make sure that
652 coins
I have
total.
400 when
Pi's
fast
got
red timer comes.
240, just under
Look,
200
I'm getting
seconds
no enemies
of
right
unit
now,
time
okay?
on the
He is
clock.
sending
Right now,
me
it's starting to get
nothing,
faster and
dude.
faster. He's got two
If I
opponents
lose
already
this,
both
which
in
I don't
red
remember if I
right
win
now.
this or lose this.
You can
If I
see
lose
those
this, how does he
farms
have
went
more
from
time than me,
500 down
right?
real
He's sending me
fast.
nothing,
Another one of
dude.
his opponents knocked out, not of his own enemy, but that's one less he's got to worry about. Can he secure the first non-Author Blues lobby victory of the night? Cosmic in the same boat, a lot more cash, a lot more time, but just as high
See,
as
I have, like,
as I your Pi. ADEF in his new lobby, 11 players.
I have
left.
basically
The
full
timer's
time, and
still
he's not
rocking
sending
down.
me
Getting
hardly
below
anything.
150 seconds and under 140 coins. Again, it is 20 seconds every time they want to sling
Why did I
that
do
slot
that?
machine, but
That didn't make any sense. Why did I not
Yeah,
show
you
it?
wanna get
block
good
and some
stuff.
more time back.
You want good draws from the slot machine right now. Sometimes
Why am I grabbing this one up?
are not really the way to go because you.
Why
don't
am I
get
going
as
in this
much of a
pipe?
bonus
Don't tell me I collect the
destroying all
coins.
of the
Okay,
enemies.
that's
and if you get
fine,
a
I
roulette
guess.
power up you don't want, now you've wasted coins. I'm really interested to see
Probably
what
better
Pi
to just
does
try and
here
get
in the lower
to
left in
another
this
spot to
match.
build up time
There's
than
one
freeze the timer with the
player
pipe.
left, and Pi is down to 85 coins, which is a dangerous situation to be in. So Pi's going to try to now.
But
probably
still, I feel like my
simultaneously
opponent...
farm
Okay,
some
now he's sending me
resources
some
and,
stuff.
try to
But there
keep
was a
their
while there,
time
he was
up.
sending me,
But this
like,
is a pretty
seriously
tough spot
nothing.
for Pi right now. I think
I
they've
skipped
got
the star
26
so
coins
that
left.
that shell kick goes even
They're
better,
gonna
so I get
maybe-
more
yeah,
time.
I'm curious to see. Yeah, I ate your Pi. So this is a strat for this red time. Powering up. Oh, and Pi got it! Wow! That's so
Nice.
good. I would love to explain that strat real quick. Powering up and powering time
See what
up.
he's talking about.
But this is a pretty tough spot for Pi right now. I think they've got 26 coins left. They're gonna maybe, and I'm
Yeah.
curious to see. Yeah, I ate your Pi. So this is a strat for this red time.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Powering up. Oh, and Pi got it! Wow! That's so good. I would love to explain that strat real quick. Powering up and powering down and going.
Oh, I
into
should
a
have skipped
pipe
1-3. What was
cause,
I...
the timer
What
to freeze
was I
just a
thinking?
little bit. And sometimes when you only need those extra couple of seconds, prioritizing
Dude, he's sending me nothing.
taking damage or taking screen transitions can be the way, and that
How do I
really helped
lose
Pi
this?
get that win there. So that was great.
Yeah, unbelievable play right there from
He's in
Pi,
4-4,
securing his first
playing
lobby
super
victory of
slow.
the day, going from last place
this
right
guy
now
beat
up to
me?
second.
That makes me really mad
Still
if
with a
so.
solid lead of 14 points. The Pi jumping up to 11. Cosmic again with 1 KO here, still with one opponent.
So my
He takes
experience,
second place
like
for
I've
the
lost
Pi
on
here,
time
and he
very
can
few
outlast
times
this one other
throughout
opponent.
playing this game.
Tons of
Most of the
cash.
time the game just
Pi is
ends before it
okay,
goes
still
to
over
fastest
200
red
seconds,
timer.
but it's about to get real
Usually what
fast.
happens is
Already
I'll get against
KO
one guy
in this lobby
really low
as
on
well,
time,
hanging in
and
the
he
game.
starts not
Again,
sending me very
everybody,
much,
it's
and then I
all
win.
about the lobby wins.
Like,
It's all
my
about
time
the
starts to
lobby.
dwindle, but that's because I don't have
Watch
anything to
Cosmic
kill,
right now, we are
and
really
they're
gonna
killing
get to
less,
see,
so I win.
Cosmic's strength obviously is one of the best.
During
Mario
this,
speed
somehow
players
it kept
alive.
happening where like I felt like they weren't
blasting
sending me
through these
anything,
levels
but I
going
still
quickly,
just
and being able to make some
lost.
really tricky.
Look at this.
Cosmic's
This is so
strength,
frustrating. Every 20 coins you have, you can roll this roulette right here, and if you get a mushroom or a fire flower, it'll add time to your timer if you already are powered up, right? So I have 500 coins to work with. I may as well spam the roulette for a bit, right? The only thing I don't want is a star at this exact moment. Look, I got a star. Now I can't kick this Koopa shell to build up a bunch of time. That's so frustrating. That's why I'm like
again, it's
really
not always
upset.
about speed, but again, this is really helping Cosmic out right now. I really like to see this because Cosmic is just super talented, and they've just kind of got this duel going on with one player. This match actually could go on for a bit for Cosmic. Both players seem to have good resources, and Cosmic is not accepting defeat here.
Yeah, I skipped the star because it's
Absolutely
better.
not. He wants to stay in the game. He wants to show.
How did I...
Both
What?
players seem to have good resources, and Cosmic is not accepting defeat here.
Oh, wait.
Absolutely not. He wants to stay
That
in the
was
game. He
so
wants to show
sick!
why he was the favorite,
What?
probably.
Did you guys see what happened?
And
What?
Cosmic is not accepting defeat here.
I
Absolutely
kicked
not.
that
He wants
red
to
shell
stay
from
in the game. He
below
wants
and
to
it
show
bounces
why
off
he
the
was
wall
favorite,
right for me to
probably
kick it.
going into
That was
this
so
again.
cool.
Super
And then I
Mario
used the
Cosmic
Goomba
is
to
not
bounce up.
accepting defeat here.
Dude, look at this
Absolutely
gameplay.
not. He wants to stay in the game. He wants to show
Look,
why he was the
I bounce
favorite,
off this
probably
guy,
going into this
boom, to
again.
bounce up.
Super Mario Brothers
I'm
1,
playing so well,
legend of
right?
speedrunning, but
I
here, down to
shell
Alpha
kick,
Blues,
build up a bunch of
and
time,
in there with eight
double
to
stomp.
stay out of the cellar. But again, all it takes is
Stomp,
one
stomp,
swing.
stomp,
I'm
stomp,
gonna kick it over
stomp.
to you. Give me a few donations for this hype SMB 35 challenge match.
Well, first, let's celebrate Pie.
One,
we have
two.
$500 from Stinger PA,
missed the
who
jump.
says, Team Pie loves seeing GDQ.
I bet I get a
Clip
star.
AB, best year after
I
year
bet I
after
roll
year
and I
these
get a star.
times. Good luck to all of you. 35.
Yeah.
Let's go, Pie. We have a $350 donation, 53 cents.
But still, there's like no enemies on screen. How can he have more time than me? I don't understand.
Combination of early detection, chemotherapy, radiation.
Can someone tell me how I lost that game?
Free from regular
It like doesn't make
treatment
any
for a
sense to
year
me.
as of this month, allowing her to be the wonderful
My
Stacey
time, the whole
Tyrell
reason
Love.
my time started dwindling at all was because he wasn't sending me anything. And then I played like sick. Did you see that red shell kick? And at the end, there's 0 enemies on screen from him. How do I lose? It like doesn't make any sense. But I watch my opponents and they're like killing nothing in 2-2 and they win. It makes me mad.
You know what? Give us a few. I will just give you a quick update in the match that Cosmic, unfortunately, just running out of time there, just like ADEF did earlier. Taking a second place there. Did get one.
Yeah, you can't
KO,
survive fastest
but
red
keeping
timer
it
on roulette.
Right there, unfortunately, it's about the same score. ADEF
To give you an idea, on the fastest red timer, the amount of time you get from a fire flower will last for like
another KO to go to 26.
1
Let's give it over
second.
to Sky for even more donations. 'cause we know we got a lot
a second and a half.
Absolutely.
is how much time,
And by the way, I can
rolling
actually
a
say we
fire
all sound like
flower
a bunch
will
of
give you.
auctioneers right now with how much we have to cover right now. So again,
It will buy you an extra second and a half.
Earlier. Thank you for chat for reminding me. I was like, author blues.
You need Max's timer from roulette.
Okay, no, Reed, go for it.
All right, we have a $27.54 donation from Chakate, who says, "Good luck to all the Super Mario Brothers 35 players, but especially to my SMB2J brother, Cosmic. Love watching all of the entertainment you provided in Super Mario 35. Go, Cosmic, go from Team Cosmic."
Thanks, Takate. Let's
Real
go.
quick, shouts to ADEF, who takes his first lobby victory of the day. That's going to boost him back into second place. Ahead of Pie, only 12 points behind off. Kick it back over to Sky.
So right now, I have 4 points,
That was
and
from
everyone
ADEF, you
else
said?
has more.
ADEF with the-
And I
the
think it's
steering
kind of
the
funny,
lobby victory.
honestly.
Just trying to make sure I match up the
It's
love
also
with
pretty
what's going on
stupid.
here. We have $40 from Selena, who says, "Go ADEF." So we do have some Team ADEFs here,
Yeah,
too.
exactly, Farfus.
And we have.
I'll tell you, that's not the first
$250
time
from
this
Nightbot,
happens to
who
me.
says, "Nobody can match
Like,
Oz devotion to the beautiful Super Mario."
I don't know.
Let's
My
go,
timeout
Team
situations
Oz.
in this whole thing couldn't have been
Lots of
more
Team Oz
frustrating
here,
to
my
me.
goodness, lots of Team everybody, really. This is really impressive.
I'll point
$50
things
from
out on
Nicholas
the-
and Jack, who
the
say
next
West
ones
Coast
that come,
chapter of
but
the
it's
Pants
really
Brigade
annoying.
is cheering on Team ADEF. Don't bring dishonor to your family. And a little bit of MMC love here. We have $50 from Cliffy, who says,
Well, Sleeper, that if I went for the pipe and then the flagpole, I would have gone straight to 2-2, which would have been even worse. That's why Warp Zone's definitely better.
Let's go, Team Oz. Back to y'all.
I got to play 1-2 because I skipped 2 bad levels by taking the warp zone.
Within the speedrunning community, all wonderful people. Glitch Cat, I know you.
And if you go in the pipe for like the middle pipe where the coins are, then that will get rid of a bunch of enemies. So you don't want to do that either.
Spot right now.
Like you have to wait for your queue to come
so
again.
Building up a lot of resources. This might really be helpful for ADEF, who has a lot of attackers right now, and that's going to help ADEF build time up early in the match, and building time up will allow ADEF to prioritize other things.
Yeah, same.
This is a
like,
great start for
if
ADEF right
if
now.
that person did something, I would love to just understand how they won that match. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Whenever I look at their screen, they're just moving really slowly, and like, I'm moving super fast, killing a ton of enemies and not getting a lot back. How do I lose on time? It just like doesn't make sense to me.
5 to 6, kind of bounce around. No, he's back to 6. I say 5, then he goes to 6. I say 6, goes to 5. They're just trying to prove me wrong over here.
Oh, this
on
is good.
TDQ.
I got
a lot of opportunities to get those time units up.
bloopers. Do I get any KOs off this?
Can
Can we just appreciate my snipes on the sea creatures? Okay? Can we just? Oh yeah, look. As soon as I start sniping all these bloopers, I got a KO. It works like every time.
For hitting a flagpole for 6 people. Also,
Just
every enemy you kill
watch
is
again.
adding to your time, getting those
Can I
time
just
units back.
toot my own horn a bit on
So,
these
great
snipes?
here. It looks like he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people
Right under that
now.
ledge.
5 to
Hit the
6,
hit the
bounce
blooper.
around. No, he's back to 6.
Here.
I say 5, then he goes to 6. I say 6 goes
Whatever,
to 5.
I gave
They're
up
just
on
trying
that
to prove me wrong over here on GDQ.
Okay, that
A lot of
actually was really bad.
opportunities to get those
Later on,
time
I do those
units
ones
up
good,
and
I'm
take
sure.
out a lot of enemies
Boom, boom.
early in his
Snipe
lobby
that one
with
backwards,
5
I think.
people.
Yes, see, right under the
7 apiece
ledge.
each
Like,
for
barely hits
Pi
the corner
and
of him.
Cosmic. And Cosmic a favorite coming in. But right now, the
Right
only one
over the
still
ledge, I
looking for
sniped
a
that
first
one.
victory. If there's anyone who can pull off a bit of a comeback today, it's definitely Cosmic, and he's got nearly 55 minutes still to do it. But again, that is the craziness of SMB 35. It can go any which way. As Pi taking down the evil King Koopa and moving
Let's go,
into
Brent
another
Tacos.
instance of 1-2. Picking up his Fire Flower here early.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Again,
the
we already
GDQ
have
chat
that
got
now.
all out of sync
It's
because
just
of the way I
gonna
set
add
this
to your
up,
coin
but I can't be
total,
bothered
put a
to
little
try and
more
fix it
back
right
in the
now.
pocket.
It is kind of whatever.
So yeah, you brought it up a little bit here. I know we've got a lot of people.
I haven't been paying that
so
much
we'll pace
attention to it
ourselves
anyway.
A little bit for this 90-minute match. A lot of people probably watching right now who are saying, "I've never even played this game." How does it decide what levels we get here? You want to explain a little bit of just how the queuing system works and what is the level pathing?
Yeah, honestly, I'll be perfectly
Even
honest.
5
I
enemy
don't
shell
actually
kicks
know
aren't
how
worth?
all the levels are ordered. But what happens is
What do
all
you
of the players
mean,
in a
Bunda?
match
You're
start
saying
the
that
match
it's
by
better
selecting
if there's
a
5 or more
weapon.
enemies, it's
And
always
so you
better to
see,
stomp on
like,
them
1,
than
1,
to
1,
kick a
2,
shell.
Whatever you picked.
How
And
can
that
that
will go
like
into the
possibly
queue
be
system.
true? I think
actually don't know how
stomps
they
get
are
better
ordered.
after
I don't
like
know if I ever learned that
12
information.
enemies,
I
because
think
after
that levels
11
chosen
a shell
by,
only gives
higher
3
ranked
per killing an
players
enemy.
are
But stomping,
moved later in the
like,
queue.
how is it better to
I'm not
spend
exactly
like
sure if
10
there's, like, a
seconds?
known system
Well, not
for
10
that. I'm sure
seconds.
chat
For
is
only
just
5
all about it
enemies,
right now.
I guess you'll spend like, you know, 3 seconds or whatever stomping them.
Specific level
How is it better to do
based
that
on
and
what
get like
levels you
the
pick.
same amount of time you would
Every
from just
player
kicking the
of
shell through them?
35 gets to pick them, and it'll eventually loop within itself if the match keeps going. And whenever you hit one of those warp pipe sections, like you see in 1-2 so often, it will show you the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th levels next in the queue. So if you just finished 1-2 naturally, you would go to the next level, but then you get 3 more options from there.
Is it because kicking a shell starts at like 1 or 2 instead of starting at 3?
Cosmic has secured
I don't know.
a knockout
But
as
it takes
well.
longer to
4
do.
people left in his lobby. ADEF's starting to catch up. Still 13 people. Still a million people. Everybody's throwing the kitchen sink at this man as he's coming off the hot streak, taking that lobby victory before this. A lot of confidence going in.
Yeah, I know.
Just
ADEF
speed
has
on to
been,
the next
all
long
these
hallway.
players I know have been training really, really tough.
Oh,
for this
okay,
and
I totally
playing,
misunderstood what you were
very
saying.
difficult lobbies.
You're
If
saying
you,
ignore,
you can
like,
really advance your
any
skills
group
a lot
of
if
5.
You try to queue up with other people and really start sending each other garbage and stuff. So I know Oth and ADEF and Cosmic have been training. I assume.
Yeah,
Pi too,
that
but I
perfectly
don't know.
matches my philosophy actually. Is like you shouldn't sit and stomp stuff. You should just speedrun to the next.
He's the one in 2nd place.
Yeah,
Well,
long
3rd
hallway,
place
like
now.
you said.
ADEF just took the lead. But all these players, 4 of the
Oh,
best.
did
And
you
just
see
kinda
that? I mean,
straight
just
over today.
watch
And,
my
even if we are,
movement.
who knows?
Just
He's the one in second place. Well, no, third place now.
watch
It
this.
is just
Avoid the
unbelievable.
fireball.
But all these
Avoid the
players,
fireball. Up
4
and
of
over,
the
bounce into
best,
the
and
X.
just
Oh
not
my
even necessarily
gosh.
'cause this isn't just a test of how good you are at SMB. Super Mario
I
Brothers
played
1.
so well.
It's
I
just
did
how
like
good you
so
are
much,
at
so many
adapting
good
to this very
moments like that,
unique style
like
of
bouncing off an
35
enemy to like get up on a ledge or like stuff like that through castle levels. Like more than I ever had in the past.
Right here. All of them for their different strengths, whether it be La Mulana, Super Mario Brothers 1, Mega Man, they've got it. They're bringing it tonight, showing off those skills for you guys here at AGDQ 2021.
Yeah, Oth is in a bit of a interesting situation right now, moving through
In
8-4. Oth has
Our second 8-4.
Yeah, Oth seems to be getting them all day. Trying to prioritize hitting bloopers in the water there because that will be a more dangerous enemy. And getting into, oh yeah, they got to fight Bowser to get out of this. But Oth in red time right now, so Oth is really going to have to move.
Wait for the
and does not
Podoboo.
wanna fall in that
Smart.
pit.
Good job.
Absolutely not. He can slow
Kick
play
the
just a
shell.
little bit because
Yeah.
he does have that near
Beautiful.
500 coins right now. Taking out Bowser with the Koopa shell. That's how strong the shell is. Finishing up 8-4 right now, stalling just a little bit and going in. He's got
6-3,
2
of
other
course.
players in his lobby. Obviously,
Okay,
with that
like-
big 26 points. he's
Oh,
got
wow,
on the board
nice.
right
That was
now.
really,
You know,
really
he can
nice.
afford, even if one of the others got a lobby win, they'd still be behind him if he could get another lobby
Oh, that
win
was
right now. Which, my
Oh,
bad, you can call that a
ballsy.
commentator's curse, everyone, as we found the pit. Big picks right now. I believe that was 6-3.
He was like really
Cosmic
pressured by
getting
the
the
red
win,
time though. He
but
got
Oth
8-4 into
taking a
6-3
dive
on red
6-3.
timer.
That
That's
is such
not
a
fun.
difficult level. I think everybody kind of says, "Oh no!" as soon as they see 6.
No, I haven't watched
you
it
got
back
the
yet.
springs
We're
that
watching
are
it
kind
back
of
together.
unwieldy to work with. You got pits to fall in. You got those seesaw kind of
See ya, Panda Lover.
platforms that are balanced that'll sink down. It's a super dangerous level, and it can get anybody.
Yeah, Cosmic.
Wait, what happened to me?
getting that first
A difficult.
Oh, I won.
out of lobby when they still
I think this
behind
is
him.
the
If he could
only
get
time
another
I had a
lobby
match
win right now,
where I
which,
won
Oh.
my bad, you can call that
before
a
red
commentator's
timer.
curse, everyone,
Like
as
every
we
single
found
other
the
one of my
big
games,
picks
Sit-
right now. I believe that
um,
was
6-3.
6-3.
And Cosmic
they
getting
went to
the
like
win,
fast
but
red
Oth-
timer. Oh, by the way,
Oth is in a
let
bit
me
of a,
explain to you
they're on that pit.
Big Brain.
He can afford
Oh, never mind. This is a later match.
Difficult level. I think everybody kind of says, "Oh no!" as soon as they see super dangerous
Yeah,
level. And
just forget me.
it can
It's
get
a.
anybody.
I thought it was a different win.
Yeah, Cosmic
I'll
getting
explain
that
later.
first lobby win. Gotta be really good for the confidence. Knowing he's got a lot of time left, and maybe knowing if he's watching the stream a little bit, Oth just fell into a pit. So even though you felt way far behind just a little bit ago, all of a sudden here we are, only about 10 points, one lobby victory behind Oth, with over half the match still to go. Pi with a KO in his round, and down to one other opponent. Lot of money, lot of time. Can he secure his second lobby victory of the day? Going to the pit, getting a lot more resources. Even
There was
more
some
points.
match
Can
I
never
remember.
have
I think
to win.
Adef got
They go
5
real
KOs.
quick.
It must be this one. He already has 3.
KOs in his lobby. Still 5 people total.
Yeah, like he
in his
gets
lobby.
as many points in this match
There's
as I
something we haven't
have.
mentioned yet about
Right now.
KOs, which can affect
What's
the
up,
meta
Lloyd?
just a little bit. If you are to actually KO somebody, meaning one of your junk enemies killed them, it doesn't count if they fall in a pit. But if you do manage to KO somebody, you get their time and their coins. And so that can be a good way to get some resources when there's nothing else around. And you can't always control, when is another player going to die to one of my junk enemies. But it can really come in clutch and help you out
Big
sometimes.
Koopa.
And the
Big
more you're
Koopa.
sending and the more people you're targeting,
Oh, this
the
is
more
really
opportunities
good.
you have to, steal
Towards
some
the
of the
start, and we're
resources
going to
away.
get a Bowser.
Now we're here, we're nearing
spread
about
around.
the halftime segment.
I
We're
start
not going
spamming
to
the
take a
roulette. I
halftime
send it to
break.
3
We're nearing
people.
the 45-minute segment. I want to ask you a
That's
little bit about,
pretty-
have
that's
you felt
okay.
like as someone who's played
Okay, watch the
SMB
shell
for
bounce
a
right
while,
here.
the meta
Boom.
has
I
changed.
do that like
know
every
early
time
on,
I come into
people were
1-1.
trying to stick with those easier
I just,
levels,
like, nailed that so
4-1,
many
a
times
little
throughout
bit
this
4-1 action,
showcase.
a little 1-2, a lot of 1-2, still in the meta for its farming. Do you feel like it's changed much, or it's mostly stayed there over the last few months?
It kind of depends on who you ask.
I
know
waited
Off before
around.
had been
Like once
playing
it
with
stopped,
some
I stood still for a long time.
really high-level
Calicos, so I like
Japanese
didn't have enough
players.
time to
The real
win the match.
advancements I'd say in the meta have been strategies for dealing with red time, because that gets timer's very fast. You have to farm enemies and stuff, and so as the game has gone
Oth's
on,
in a really
what
good
I've
spot
seen
at this point.
is more and more advanced strategies for just how to stay alive.
Like, dang, if he didn't
'Cause
fall
we've
in
seen a
that
couple
6-3
deaths with
pit, he'd be
Razors,
so far
Cosmic, I
ahead.
remember, who just What do
You
you
have,
do?
like,
You ran out
40
of, there's no
points
enemies
right
to
now.
kill, the time goes down, and what do you do? And so being able to keep your time up when the timer gets fast has been what I've seen to be the biggest advancements in meta. Using that dynamic entry like we were talking about, surfing on
Pi
Lakitu.
has fast
And
red
another
timer
strat,
right
which I'm
now.
sure these players are familiar with.
Don't
Off
fireball the
specifically
Koopa,
because he taught me this strat,
whatever you do.
is,
Oh, luckily it didn't
you
get hit by the
don't-
POW.
You want to keep moving because if you stand in one place,
Oh, see,
the
you
timer
wanna...
will hurry you up and it will
He
just
won!
go quicker. Win for Pi. Saw that with 87 seconds.
He gets a 2 enemy shell kick and he wins the fast red time.
Reminder, yeah,
I'm
we
upset,
are
dude.
sticking in there. We are,
They get all these fast red time wins just handed to them.
Can for you guys. Iyer Pie with his second
Thanks,
lobby
RNG.
victory, adding to it. That's going to put him in second place. Off right now, though. All of a sudden, you look away and you look at what? 3 people blew up and they're in red form, red, orange, whatever color you want. Off the 3 KOs in this.
Oh, look at
lobby
this
right now.
Bowser.
And
I have to,
think
like, crouch jump over him.
Everybody is fighting Cossack right now. Everybody's targeting.
Yeah,
him,
I
and
target-
by extension, he is targeting all of them. He's got a Bowser on his.
Oh,
screen
is this the
up
match
top.
that I'm thinking of? Yeah, it must be.
But to return to the point, so if you're
Was there a water level a second ago?
able to
1-1.
Okay, I mean, it must be after this.
And another strat, which I'm sure these players are familiar with, Oth specifically, because he taught me this.
I have to go in the
is,
pipe. Yeah, and there's no Bowsers
you
in the queue, so I don't think I got
wanna
rid of
keep
any.
moving, because if you stand in one place, the timer will hurry you up and it will just go quicker.
There we are getting his name. Luigi's
I think I go to
on
1-2.
screen. 3 people
Yeah.
blew up
Okay.
and they're in red form, red.
Okay, look,
orange,
I'm
whatever color you
targeting
want.
5
Off the
people,
3 KOs in this lobby
and I
right
send
now.
this
And I
Bowser
think
and another one
everybody is fighting
afterwards.
Cossack right now. Everybody's targeting him, and by extension, he is targeting all of them. He's got a Bowser.
Oh,
on
this
the
was
screen
really
up
fun.
top.
This situation where I like crouch jump
but
up to
return
kill that
the point,
Bowser. That came
so
up a
if
couple
you stand
times.
Still, the timer hurries up and it's going to go faster. It wants you to keep moving. But some where it says watch out below the player screens, you see the queue of enemies filling up. So you have some
True.
idea about what is
Man,
coming up.
so topical,
And if you
Glitch Cat.
are low on time,
We
it
are
can
on the
be
same
risky,
wavelength.
But just hang out for a minute.
Okay, yeah,
Let
this
the
is why
queue
I
of
remembered this
enemies
water
fill
level.
up
See, a
and
second ago I was
then
like,
run
did I miss the
forward
water level?
and bop a
See,
ball.
I
And that
remember.
can be a
I
strat
launched
to
that Bowser.
keep
I
your
launched
timer
that
up a little
Bowser.
bit, as in the red time, and
See, I
that's
get this
kinda
star,
an
I kill that
advancement
Bowser,
of-
I kill a blooper, I kill this Bowser,
Absolutely,
I kill
yes.
that
Obviously,
blooper.
it's
These
what
are
I
all
find
going
so
to like
interesting
4
about this
people,
game
every single one.
is that there are so many
And
different
remember how,
dynamics to it,
like,
to how
a
you
bit
can play
ago,
it.
I was like, dude, see, as soon as I start killing bloopers, I get a KO, like, every time. Well, right here, I'm sending, like, 5 Bowsers to people.
It's also a lot of very fast decision making.
And all these
On the
bloopers.
fly. And that's those survival instincts of how to deal with so many different enemies.
Pause.
In obviously a
Wait.
classic GDQ and speedrun game. One of the biggest
Anticipation? Are we gonna get a KO? Any KOs out of this?
Cosmic, or sorry, both ADEF
Oh.
and Off with 4
Never
KOs
mind.
on screen right
I don't
now.
know what
Already
happened.
getting pretty
Everyone
small
got off
numbers.
attackers
ADEF
because I was destroying them or something.
opponents left targeting both
I
of them.
eliminated
We're
all their coin
swimming
reserves
through
and they
it,
ran
and
away
they're
from the fight or something. I don't know what happened.
This is a nice spot for ADEF to be in.
But
right
yeah, I
now.
just
They're
got
definitely gonna be
I get 0
crashing
KOs
into
this
some of
game
the
despite
Lagatu's,
doing
but
the
with
best
so much
KO game,
congestion here,
I think, of the whole showcase.
Superstar, Fire Flower, whatever. In fact, probably the Superstar is the play, but Fire would be helpful too. But if you use it, you
ADEF
have to
finds
spend.
the
But
Lakitu
yeah,
lobby
you see
though, so
ADEF
that's
even
good.
just standing there for just a minute, just to kill a couple more Lakatus, because that's got his time back up to 400. So ADEF is doing really well, sitting in a great position right now.
Yeah.
500 coins and the ability to keep 400 seconds.
Let's
on
watch
the
this
clock. Let's see if
Lakitu
ADEF can hold
party.
on to that.
So love to see how close
Nice
this
star,
race
get
is
the
at
Fire
halfway
Flower,
mark.
and grab the
We've
next
got
star.
Alpha Blues in first place at 30 points off 2 lobby wins and 10 KOs. That's a full day's worth of KOs by itself. I Ate Your Pie bringing 2 lobby
May
wins.
as well grab
2
all of
KOs
those 8
for
coins there,
22 points right
actually.
now. So only a lobby victory behind, and you got
Well,
still right there.
I don't know.
8F and
It's hard to
Cosmic,
explain, like-
18 and 16 apiece. Everybody has a lobby victory. They're really bringing their top A-tier game.
Once you
here
start
for the
playing this
BBQ
game well
showcase.
enough, it's
ADEF
kind of
trying
lame
for that
because
victory
it
can be
really just,
right
like,
on Off's tail.
degrades
That's
down
a
into a
lot
waiting
of
game.
coins.
You literally just
To
wait for
secure the
fast red
victory.
timer, and then you
Yeah,
play
this is-
better
this is
or
the part
get
where ADEF, I mean,
luckier or
well,
less
I mean,
lucky
you can play your
than the
style,
opponent.
ADEF might have other ideas,
So,
but,
like, in that level, it's like, oh, he's running really fast, which maybe not the best, because he's killing more enemies than time he's getting back. Like, his time is maxed out. He's not, like, capitalizing on all the time he's getting. But it actually just doesn't matter, because it's not fast red timer yet. All that matters is you wait for the fast red timer, and then if you get more time, you win. That's something I don't really like about this game. He gets the KO then. So yeah, nice game. He got a ton of KOs and then found the Lakitu party and got more.
From, you know, low on points not too long ago. It was 26 off to his 4. Now 1 point behind the lead, behind the flagpole position. Many flagpoles in this game. He'll be going for trying to take that lead. We've got a lot of match left to go.
I would just like to point out that Oth finally conquered 6-3. Made it out.
Let's go Oth with Blues.
I want to hear it, chat. All 4 of our gamers are still very much in this. You're not counting any one of them out. Show me.
I remember at some point, other people had like 30 points or like maybe even 40. Maybe Author Blues gets a win here. Yeah, there's only 2 left. He probably wins this pretty soon. I just remember looking and like I had 16 points and he had like 40, and I would just like laugh at some moment. 2 million. 2.2 million raised. Let's go. But yeah, I'll try and spot that moment where I laugh for no reason, and it's because I just like the score count is just like so stupid to me. Like, what is going on? This is dumb.
Go for it, my friend.
I have a $5 donation from Half Coordinated, who says,
yo, the backwards blooper snipe.
Powerful as Author Blues is my friend, Team Oth. Thank you so much, Half.
Oh. Okay, we got him.
We have 250.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce it off here into him.
All the runners are amazing,
oh, into the cheap at least.
Kai has the secret lord. Trust the process.
Backwards cheap kill.
Dorito donated
backwards blooper kill.
$25 saying loving this SMB 35 race. Let's go.
Oh, he barely scrolled off
And
screen.
also, let's get that Ocarina of Time bonus run. Remember, folks, that is 2.5
yeah, Spike
million.
Vegeta is one of the
Once we
commentators.
reach that, we will be able to do Ocarina of Time. So let's get those donations in. Let's take the journey together, y'all. And again, shout outs to our lovely commentators here, Spike Vegeta and GlitchCat7. Thank you all so much for everything that you poured in.
Nice bullet bill.
Very much appreciated.
It's not like it might be a little low for me. I think how many coins does Off have? Is that an 8?
It looks like it looks like an 8 to me.
Oh, from all the KOs, probably.
I've never seen that many coins.
Yeah,
He's still collecting. Why are you still collecting? You're in red timer. Get it to 400.
He maybe has too many. I don't know. He's hoarding it all for himself. But he's at a one-on-one situation right here to go for a big, big victory.
There's 900
Also,
coins.
ADF nipping at his heels right there. He would love to secure another lobby victory. Although it looks like his opponent has a lot of coins as well.
I probably would have picked 2-2 there, just so I could get through 2-2 before fastest red timer. Because now he's probably going to hit 2-2 during really fast red time. But it doesn't matter because his opponents just die and never go to fastest red timer. Only in my lobbies that happens, so it's whatever, you know.
GG to Off. That is another big 10-pointer for him. No KO on that one. That should be by our count, I think 40. I'm not 100% sure, but quite a bit. Right now, up a full lobby victory on 8F and the rest of the competition. Kozlik right now in last place, but he's got 4 opponents in his lobby.
Last place, Paul. Let's go.
Good amount of coins, over 420 now, almost 400, almost maxed out on his timer. 4 opponents, got targeting up against 2 of them.
Yeah, and you can tell Cosmic's opponents have
Where are we
a
on?
lot of coins right now.
6-2. Yeah, this is the game that I know what's gonna happen.
There. I think it maxes was at 2, 2, 4, 6. I don't know. It maxes out. They can have more coins.
Okay, so I'm playing kind of slowly because I saw 3-2 is in a couple levels from now. So I want to still keep myself up to 400, but I want the timer to be going real fast by the time I get to 3-2. Because 3-2 is like the best level for building up time.
Using all your kind of speedrun skill in a new way, knowing where the secrets are in the levels. There's a surprising amount of hidden
it's hard because
boxes
like I don't want to play too slowly that I
knowing those locations
run myself down to like
really help out. It can
200 or something. Although 3-2 honestly could build you all the way back up.
And Cosmic, of course, no stranger
I couldn't
to
get
like
back up.
everything in this game, so not to be counted out.
Absolutely, it's a delicious.
I probably should have played even slower,
of
honestly.
so
But I do have
many
1-1 after
different
this.
Skill sets of again going fast, having those good survival skills, almost like a routing process as well, and being able to see those 3 levels lined up where you could go out of say like a 1-2 warp, and knowing immediately this is going to be best for my game in this situation right now with this many players left. Really cool stuff to see. We'll see if those strategies change at all as we're getting closer and closer to that 90-minute mark. Again, that is the cutoff point. And for anyone wondering, there is
this
no
even the game that I'm thinking
Hail
of?
Mary play here tonight. At 90 minutes, you place
I
the
should
controllers
probably
down,
slow
you will
down
get
a
points for
little
your
bit.
KOs for that lobby.
I don't think this is the one I was
That'll be
thinking of.
it at 90 minutes.
I'm playing way too
Schedule to
fast.
uphold this. Coming up after this, we'll have Super Orbros.
And then
with
I
Mitch Flower
fireballed
Power.
him.
Certain co-commentator.
That was
of mine, I
pretty
believe, is gonna be
bad
on for that one as
gameplay
well.
by me.
It's been a big day for me, but I'm very excited for that.
But I am like kind of stalling out so that I can
Absolutely.
get
Pie securing one
full
more
the
KO
full amount of time from these
here
shell
in,
kicks.
his lobby right now. Send at 23.6 behind.
But still,
ADEM
here's
for
the problem.
second place.
I'm getting 3-2 at a decent time. It's like faster red timer, but it's not fastest red timer.
Lot left in his lobby.
And here's
Yeah,
the
look at
thing,
Cosmic
I can
right there,
exit
and
this
I think the
stage
reason they
on
stood there
400
was to
time,
get a
and
few
if I get a
more
bad
enemies
stage
in the
next,
queue,
and then
and that's
fastest
where
red
you're just
timer
kinda
hits,
playing chicken with
it
that
just
red
sucks.
timer that you maybe wanna
and
save a
like
little
my
bit,
opponent
let some enemies
could
build
just
up,
find
but
3-2,
if it
since they're
stands too
playing
long,
slower
that's
than
bad
me,
too.
they could find 3-2
This
during
is
the
such an
fastest red
intense match
timer,
for
and then they
Cosmic.
just
I'm
kind of
really
win.
interested to see the way Cosmic's match goes. Pi as well,
So yeah, I don't
getting
know.
into red time. But Cosmic is facing off against some really resource-heavy opponents, and Cosmic also with resources as well. So this
I'm
match
at,
could
like,
get very
solid
interesting as it
400.
gets, into deep
Now what do we get? Oh, sick. We get 8-4. As soon as the timer is going to start going really, really fast, I get 8-4, which is like the worst
enemy
level.
parties, you know, get a ton of Lakitus on screen, a ton of bullet bills on
The
screen.
level is, like, the
That
first
always
room's
gets really
fine,
fun,
but getting
and
through
I
all of
think
the
some of the players
next
are probably playing
rooms,
to try to make that happen.
you just can't, like, because you're constantly going through pipes, the enemies don't back up that much, and one of the rooms is a water room, so... Yeah, also, you might say, oh, like, maybe you should have gone for those Goombas.
Making his way through 8-4 just
If you keep going past a certain point, the room, like, loops, and so all the enemies disappear, and then you're just running and there's no enemies and you just lose a bunch of time. So I don't know. I was just like, I think I just need to speed run through this level.
8-4 doesn't come up.
Like,
And
before
the fact
fastest
that,
red timer hits, I just need
if
to
you
get
were to
out
get
of
this
this
game for
level
yourself
and
try
then
to
play whatever's
um,
next.
You have to unlock each level by
There's only one
encountering
other
it in the
guy.
game
I don't
and
know.
beating it. So that means that anyone that
I think he is sending me nothing right now, right? Like, there's no enemies coming from him right now.
That in the game, but so is Cosmic.
There's no
And,
enemies, right?
One thing to note: sending the Hammer Bowser. That
Now
is
there's
a big
some.
difference, and they are way more
Oh,
dangerous than
sick
regular Bowsers. They
gameplay.
show
Now
up at
fastest red
4
timer hits.
and 7-4,
The
and I
instant
can't
I
remember if
finish
it's 8-4,
8-4,
but at least 8 and
fastest
7,
red timer.
and,
I don't get the
Cosmic
opportunity to
getting
go back up to
Bowser right
400.
back. So you might see a little bit
so
of a trade between
frustrating,
Cosmic
dude.
and his
I had to hit
opponent,
8-4
as they
at that
send
exact
Hammer
moment.
Bowsers
Look
back
where
and
he
forth
is.
to each
You see
other.
what level he's in? He's in 3-2, the best level in the game for time. That's why this whole thing was so annoying to me.
With a Hammer Bros, just a real poopy sandwich
I'm
right
so
there.
upset.
Not loving what Pie's seeing. Has secured 2 KOs in this lobby so
I did
far.
like everything I
Got
could.
Hammer
I saw
Bros
3-2
trying
was
to
in the
play it out,
queue,
only
so I
seeing
played
a
slower.
mushroom.
I
He's
like
saying,
maxed
"Come
out
on, come on,
the
Slots,
time
give me
that I
something."
could from it
Some
as best as I
barely
could.
making that jump,
Grabbing
but-
that star probably wasn't a good idea.
What happened?
What did happen to Pi?
Only seeing a mushroom. He's saying, "Come on, Slots, give me
Oh,
something."
he bounces
Also
left off the
barely
spring,
making that
yeah.
jump, but-
You-
oh!
You do not hold left near
The
Mario
spring,
35
I think
springs.
the
They're really
spring got
stupid.
him. And that's, you know, and that's a great
So I
example
probably should have
of-
not grabbed the star and done a shell
Pi
kick
wanted to
instead.
roll the
But
star
I get,
there.
you see
But
me
the
shake my head. I get
as far as I know,
1-3
there's no way to
next.
predict it,
Another
so
bad level.
They didn't get the star, and that
Like,
wasted coins also. but I'm
dude, what am I
pretty sure the
supposed to do,
spring-
man?
Those springs are try to avoid.
My
them
opponent
if
just got to
possible.
8-4,
They
first
are
room, which the first room is fine on time.
And they'll
As soon as he
bump you
gets
in a
to
weird
second
way, or
room,
you won't get the
I
hype
guess
from it.
third
That was
room,
really
I run out of time.
unfortunate, though. Sorry,
So
Pi.
he
Oh, no, and
was just
Cosmic, too.
bathing in the
Running out
great
of time
time
with 80
levels,
coins
and I had to
left.
play a bunch of bad ones at the
Cosmic has had
exact
a
worst moments.
frustrating evening. People just won't
Yeah.
let him. Just a lot of timeouts, unfortunately. Second place timeouts, just not quite being able to outlast.
Like, I can't play
This is the
8-4,
first time where the
and he
timer's
plays
starting to play
3-2, and I win. It just,
Right there
you just
still
can't.
Can easily, with just a couple swings here and there, catch Pi and 8F. But if you're going for first place, Oz sitting at that commanding 40 points, that is getting tougher and tougher, and we're running out of time. Under
Off
35
the pit
minutes
in
left
1-1,
in the
off
match
rip.
for Cosmic to catch him. 8F in the best position.
The thing that really
still
sucks
to catch
about
all the
that
Blues
is
out of
I
anyone. Oz,
played a
unfortunately,
match for
taking
as long
another
as
loss
possible,
right there, going
right?
back in,
Like, as
not
long
able
as
to
I
push out
possibly
that
could.
lead any
And I got no
further.
points.
8F,
Right? Did I have any KOs?
Oh, and Cosmic
Yeah.
too.
This,
Running out of time.
do you guys remember how long ago I was talking about how I was sending all of these Bowsers in, like, the water level? That was this game, I'm pretty sure. That was this game. I sent so many enemies this game, and I got nothing out of it. And I had to play for 15 whatever minutes. And, like, I just, in the end, get destroyed by a bunch of bad levels, and right as my opponent gets to a bunch of really good
Cosmic
levels.
has had a frustrating evening. People just
So,
wanting
all that
nothing.
time's just wasted.
A lot of timeouts, unfortunately. Second place timeouts. Just
I don't know.
not quite being able to
really annoying.
outlast them. And I would say this is the first time where the timer is starting to play a part. Cosmic right there still.
Yeah.
can
Look, I'm at
easily
16 points still.
catch Pi and
This
8F,
is
but if
probably
you're
the
going
start
for
of this
first
match. I'll do the
place,
little
Oz
laugh
sitting
that
at
I
commanding
alluded to
40
earlier.
points. That is getting
Yeah, right
tougher
there.
and tougher, and we're running out of time. Under 35 minutes.
This laugh right here is purely because I look at the score and I'm like 16 to 40, and I just lost.
40 points. That is getting tougher and tougher.
So
and we're running out of
stupid.
time. Under 35 minutes left in the match for Cosmic to catch him. 8F in the best position still to catch all the Blues out of anyone. Off, unfortunately, taking another loss right there. Going back in, not able to push out that lead any
And
further.
8F finds 4-1 again.
The-
What the heck?
the pressure
It's
is
not
on
fair,
him
dude.
right now.
It's just
Only
not
one team in
fair.
our match. Our other three players have
I built up
restarted some
like
lobbies. Some tough
500
lobbies right there overall
coins
for
in every
our
match,
opponents tonight.
and I just didn't get to put them to
Good
use
knowledge,
because
wait,
no
yeah, good
Lakitus.
knowledge from Aiden
Lakitus
there,
are really the
knowing
only
where
thing
that
that
invisible
will require you
one-up
like
is.
the hundreds
I
of
believe
coins
that's
to
the same
get
position as the regular SMB1,
expended.
but
Is that a
because
word?
lives have no value in this because if you fall, you just die. One-ups get you extra coins, and that's a free 20-coin roulette. So knowing all the positions
But yeah,
of all the invisible
the only thing my
one-ups
coins
is
ever did was
very,
roll me a
very
star
helpful
right
in this
before a
game.
shell kick.
Absolutely. Each one of those just equals another power-up you can pull from the slot machine later on.
I like really don't want to just blame a bunch of luck, but I don't know. I feel like so many bad things happened to me during this.
Yeah, in general,
I'm sure like there's
you
lots of
don't
other
wanna
moments
go
where
high
similar things
starting
happen
out in
to
the,
other
in an
people.
early
They like need a
game, you're
power
building
up and they're not
resources.
rolling
This is
it
a tricky
or
level
something.
for early game,
But man,
and in fact,
all of
these
mine
dash
just
3 levels. Oh no!
that
are so
sucks.
tricky. Out
on
in the,
Pi's
in
screen.
an early,
He like
early game
he
here
got
running
up,
resources.
but
This
maybe
is a
didn't
tricky level
think he was
for
gonna get
early
up, so he
game.
held left.
And in fact, these dash 3
Yeah,
levels,
that
oh
sucks.
no, are so tricky because they're full of pits like that, and they don't have that many resources. I freaking
Did really well the last 30
dash
minutes.
Freaking
Yeah.
dash threes.
From
Is there
here,
any
I
part of
played
you
pretty
if
well,
you see
I
an
think.
8-4, a dash 3
Well, I
super,
played
super
pretty well the
early
whole
in the
time.
queue?
Just
Are
didn't
you
get as
okay with
lucky.
the concept of taking it death early, or are you
Just
playing
kidding.
off of,
But,
this is a
yeah,
tough
the rest
level,
goes pretty
others
well.
have to play as well. This could be
Um,
a quick lobby for me to get a victory.
Yeah,
I think
it
there's
all
still like
depends.
one more game that's
Sometimes
like
you
super
want-
dumb.
Like I said, you're
but I'll
kind
have
of
to
looking
see.
at your opponents, and you're trying to understand what you're up against. If you take a Cosmic's screen in the lower right is a good example right now. Some of the players you see have their coin counter filled out, and some of
cool.
them don't. And you can also get, if you're quick and you glance a little bit, you can kind of tell where they are. And so sometimes it might be to your advantage to get to the harder levels before everybody else.
That's
in
the
your
thing
lobby,
is like
so
I
that
want
they're all
I
catching
also
up
want to
with
be like,
you.
well, you know,
And
I fell in
sometimes
2
if you're low on
pits.
resources,
I fell in the
maybe
pit
you
in
wanna hang
4-3
back a little
and
bit and then
3.
use the tough
4.
stuff that they're sending
And if I
at
didn't
you
do that,
to
I'd
get
have
more,
like 20 more
time and
points. I
resources.
still wouldn't even
So
be in the
again,
lead.
it's
And
all
Author
about
Blues
this,
has fell in
situational
3
awareness.
pits.
And like you said, it's not all
So like,
running. It's
you know,
depth
all my time's just
of
getting wasted trying to beat someone on red
There is an
timer and getting
optimization,
destroyed.
Like for example, Cosmic getting every single coin in this bonus level. You need to use optimized movement and have good control of the character. It's just that the basic meta has changed from, okay, everything in service of going fast to, okay, everything in service of just getting what I
With
need.
people dying on red timer.
And,
I had someone
love
die on red
the
timer
fact that
once.
This game allows
It's
players
probably
to
this game.
express a different part
But
of their
it was like the
skills
one
that.
time
We all see
when
everybody go so fast.
the
But what do you do
stages
in a
would have worked out
situation
really
where you
well
have
for
different
me.
priorities, but you still have to
don't
have
know.
the same amount of really good control. And I've actually, as a former high-score Mario player myself, I have actually really enjoyed seeing some speedrunners have to kind of play on our turf now with the now you got to learn high-score strat. So it's been fun to see everyone adapt a little bit.
Love to see it. Absolutely, like you said, different skill sets come into play here. As ADEF trying to go our closest to being able to catch off. He's in a lobby with only 2 other opponents. This could be a real quick tie for him, potentially even take a lead if one of these could be a KO on his part. But we are into that red timer.
Like, I was super down to win every one of my games and still lose. If I lost every one of my games and someone else still got more points, I wouldn't even care. So I'd be like, whatever, I won all my games.
Determination.
Go ahead.
So much determination.
Just the way that I lost all my games was all so dumb. And like,
I love that.
it just felt so unfortunate.
Yeah, to give you an update, look at all of our players. Yeah, ADEF has got 2 opponents left in his lobby, electing to take the 1-1 in the middle of those 1-2, 1-1 options right there. Trying to stay out in the open.
Yeah,
pick up these
SMB1
power-ups, trying to work
is
against
a
that red
game
timer
for
that's
high
running down.
score.
He's starting to pull on those resources, getting a few
Which is
bounce
pretty interesting.
combos right there, helping out that
Like,
time. Very nice.
I don't know.
We got Off,
You can look
obviously,
at other
with the
games.
with the
You can be
command
like,
lead
oh,
right now
games
by
back then
full
were just
lobby
arcade
over
games,
ADEF.
but
Could change
it's not like
quickly.
Metroid
Doesn't have
has
himself
score or
targeted
something, you know.
onto a lot of attackers. Big lobby he's still in right now. Pi still early in his lobby as
So,
well, but up
I don't know,
against
it's kinda
3
interesting.
other opposing attackers right now, jumping back and forth. Still
All right,
relatively early
ADEF
there. And
in fast
Cosmic,
red
7
timer.
left in his lobby, already
His
securing
opponent's
a
sending him a
KO,
couple
running
Goombas,
into
but nothing
that
crazy.
lead
So
just
his
a
opponent
little
will
bit
probably
as
die
points.
because...
But really right now,
Oh, now
we
he's
need
sending
to
him
see
some
some
stuff.
lobby
That Fire
victories
Flower,
as we move
at least
into
grabbing
the
it that
final
way was not worth it.
30-minute
He has a
period
star,
of
so
our
he didn't get to
Super
kick
Mario
the
Brothers 35
glorious...
MVG
No, don't
showcase.
fireball
Let's
the
take over
Koopa!
Skybills. Here's some
No!
donations as we work towards
What?
that
That was
$2.5 million.
an incredible shell kick.
Absolutely.
But he
And
just
I'm
wins
happy to
anyway,
mention
because his
the
opponents suck.
2.5 million. Remember, folks, we do get to see Ocarina of Time if we hit that 2.5 billion. So let's keep pushing for that, folks. And remember,
I'm
did
upset.
you know you can also donate for Pokemon name memes coming up? So if you would like to have 2 incentives for the price of 1, now is the time to do that. We have $5 from Pretty Pink Pansy, who says, as one of Oz Twitch mods, I know he's been practicing for this. I have all the faith in him. Much love, buddy. Shoutouts to Team
I'm
Oz.
not
Thank you, guys.
upset
Appreciate that.
at any of the other players. Like, everything they got was deserved. I just feel like what happened to me was kind of undeserved. Or like, I don't know. I feel like there were... I didn't even play... I could have played the red timer situations better, but like, relative to everyone playing, I feel like I played them plenty good. I just didn't get any wins out of them.
And
other people did.
From English Dude, who says, Pants Gang, sending some diamond salad vibes to my boy ADEF, Off and Cosmic Killer 2, and wish them all of the fun. We have a $1,000 donation from Steve Danger, who says,
Targeting a bunch
thanks
of
to
people?
everyone who helped put on such a good event, from tech
okay.
to hosts and
At-
commentators. I look
at
forward
this
to it
point,
every year
I
and
should
cannot wait
go
for
find
SGQ
a hard
Awesome
level
Team
to send
Pie Hype.
hard enemies.
My
So let's
goodness,
go
there's so many.
to the
Again,
warp
I wanna
zone,
thank everybody
see
for
what
coming
we
out and
can
representing their
pull
teams
off.
there. Thank you so much.
I
And
go
again,
1-4
thank you to our
probably to
lovely
send Bowser's.
commentators.
Yep.
I want to make sure we get a couple more donations in here to make sure we get some representation from our teams
Bowser
here.
Party.
We have a $10 donation from Pastor Karn, who says, Team Cosmic, I've been in a lobby with him before. It's brutal. Lakitu Party, here we come.
I wish.
And we have a $25 donation
I wish we
from
got
Trisha, who
Lakitu
says, "I've
Party.
been looking
I
forward
never
to
found
Mario
them
35
ever.
all week. One of the best hosts, Skybills, and 4 fantastic runners will make for a surefire highlight and proudly representing Team Off. And also, just to keep those Pokemon donations fresh for the incentive, we have a $100 donation from Nicole Goodnight, who says, okay, I just have to donate
Yeah,
to
ADEF
a
got
meaningful
a
creature.
nice
It would
Lakitu
really
Party
make my
earlier,
day
but
if
I
we
think
could
that might be the
honor
only one of the whole
Mies the
showcase.
Caterpie by having
Which is
the
crazy.
name
I feel like they come up
Catermies.
like way more
Oh, we
often
had to have
than
at least one
they
pun
were
in there.
represented
Thank you so
here.
much, Nicole.
Yeah, I can hype everyone. We got 3 amazing speedruns, at least 2 secured right now in Super Orb Bros.
Did Pi get one?
and
Maybe I missed it.
Pokemon
Oh, yeah,
Catch
he
'em
did.
all in under 2 hours. How are they going to do it? You're going to have to stick around to find out. And if you get us to the 2.5 million, there will be
2-3,
3
I
more
picked
runs
that
left
as
on
well.
the schedule as ZFG is going to.
All right, what do we get next? 1-2, right? Yeah.
150 Pokemon in under 2 hours. I'm going to show you how
Okay,
to beat all
kill
the
the
dungeons
Bowser.
in Ocarina of Time in under 1. as we have now got
There's only
ADEF
2
taking
dudes
the
left.
lead with 2
Oh, I know
KOs
exactly
in
what's
this
going to show up in the
front
warp
lobby.
zone.
Now
I
up
remember this game.
42 to 40 on off. Unfortunately, I look over, I see Cheap Cheap, and I don't see a Mario for I Ate Your Pie.
Oh, what happened to Pi?
Now, in under 2 hours, I'm going to show you how to beat all the dungeons.
Does he roll and not get it on this bridge? That's like the worst thing that can happen to you. Yeah, and then it jumps into you. Well, he jumped into it, so.
42 to 40. As Cosmic creeping up to Pi.
If you go to small on that bridge and you don't roll a power up, your life is in serious danger. That's one of the easiest ways to lose.
Super Mario Brothers 1 players in the world, but he's gonna need some lobby victory soon. We're running out of time.
Okay, interesting.
And one thing I'd really like
Okay, I go to
point
2-2
out,
to try and
ADEF
send
going up
bloopers,
on,
I guess.
Author Blues right now. ADEF's, excuse me, ADEF's aggressive
Could've
style
picked
right
4-2,
now is really helping
and
get those
then-
KOs. You notice
Nah.
more people, ADEF is trying to manipulate attackers a little bit to get more targets, and Auth, on the other hand, only has 2. And I think that's helping make the difference a little bit for ADEF. With more attackers, you're sending more garbage out, and you want to get those KOs. So I'm curious to see if Auth is going to maybe try to switch it up. It looks like Auth is trying to, oh yeah, in 8-1, Auth is trying to really just keep it cool, try to win the matches. But really, I love the difference right now.
I feel like,
between
yeah, I feel like I'll have to
ADEF, all these
rewatch this
attackers
even again
just going
later
ham
to
all over
watch
the
the other
place. Auth,
screens. Right
keeping
now,
it
I
chill,
want to like
keeping
just
it safe,
remember what
and
happened to
trying
me and
get the
explain it.
victory.
I'm seeing some of what happens to
Really good
them, but
movement from our players as well, because again, we are
I just like
love
I
the
just
move
like
back
give
there
up at
from
that
Auth.
point. I can't get
Going
that
up,
Bowser.
Chill,
But something I
keep it
learned
safe,
not too
trying
long
to
ago,
get
maybe
the
like a month
victory.
ago, bloopers can't hit you
Really
on the
good
ground in
movement
this
from our
game.
players as well,
I don't know
because again,
why.
we are speedrunners.
But yeah,
Moving back
they
there
just
from
can't
Auth.
hit you on the
Going up
ground.
those single
really
tile
weird.
with the little gap spaces there over the Bowser into the flagpole. Love to see it. Now got a Fire Flower. Gonna try to pick off this Bowser, because again, that is good junk to send to your opponents.
Okay, I
So
have
he's got
red.
a lot of opponents who are pretty rich themselves. Auth
Shoot,
actually
shoot,
getting a
shoot, and then
little
kick
lower
shell.
in coins, under 200
Kick
right
shell
now.
wrong
As his
way.
time basically
I
maxed
suck
out
so
at the very
much.
least.
Do I lose this? What a
Yeah,
flub.
Cosmic down, needing that lobby victory. He's got a lot of coins.
I got a
lot
KO.
of time.
Okay,
And
that gives me
another
time.
KO
That's
for
good.
him right now. He's got a chance to jump into 3rd place if he can knock out this one other opponent. But
If
that
I
has
win
been the
this one-
storyline for
well,
Cosmic
never mind.
all night long. One opponent
Why-
to the 10th
well, I
player,
guess
but they
I have
keep
time to do that, so
blocking
that's
him.
fine to
Will
grab.
he be able to avoid the Hakeem Olajuwon play with this lobby victory right now? This potential lobby victory.
I've lost on time so much that I'm like, I just don't let my timer go down below 400 ever.
To go for the coin bonus room. That's good.
It's like all I want in my life.
Awareness.
I kicked the shell the wrong way. I don't even stop and fireball him. I'm getting tilted, maybe. I don't know. I did not play well at all in that level.
It's the right one to get off a few more coins.
Of all the,
and also
do I
two
get
screen
3,
transitions,
4? What a
which
terrible
frees the
level for
timer a little
time.
bit. So
Like,
Auth is
actually
really gonna have
so
to make
bad.
a stand here. If I don't know, I don't even know what I would do if I were Auth right now, but it looks like a couple of Auth's opponents, especially someone
But they're
in
not
a
sending
water
me
level on
anything.
the left,
Nothing's on screen.
might be knocked out soon, so it might be a good
1,
idea
2.
to start targeting other players as ADEF. The
Look,
upper
there
left
is
gets another
absolutely nothing they're
KO,
sending me.
and
Oh,
Cosmic
this is the
still,
7-4.
running down red time for Cosmic right
Ah,
now. And
I
Pi, too,
see.
generating a lot
Someone,
of attackers.
people have mentioned this to me.
Make the difference.
People told me, you won a game because your opponent didn't know how to beat 7-4. 7-4 is a maze level, and you have to take the right path. And, yeah, my opponent couldn't figure it out, apparently. So they're just, like, stuck there killing nothing.
Yeah, there is definitely time, and Cosmic,
Here's me in
Cosmic wants
7-4.
this win right now for sure. Now this is
Oh,
an
they-
interesting situation.
They
I'm
made it
curious
to the
see
next
what Cosmic
section,
is gonna
but
do.
they took the wrong
There
path.
are,
They don't
again,
know.
Not a lot of enemies, but it looks like Cosmic's opponent. You can tell when their screen gets red, they're running really low on time, and there's a win for Cosmic. Nice job.
Rip that person.
Very nice, boosting him up into 3rd place. Still gonna need a lobby and a few KOs to catch up with
Yeah, I
AF
think
and
I,
Auth.
like,
There's
the games I won are the
150
games that I
to
played
do.
worse
It's
in.
the SMB
And then the games I
legend
lost are the
himself.
games I played best in. It was
Are you
so
right now
backwards.
with one
Like, if
knockout in
there's
his
no
lobby,
other
starting
proof
to work through this lobby pretty
that,
quickly, still maxed out on time, middling
you
in his
know,
coins,
a lot of,
but
like,
still
most of it just
targeting
comes down to
two
luck.
other
I don't
of his
know what
remaining
else
7 opponents.
to say.
ADEF, though, the big screen to look for here in the top left. Checking out his options. Gonna take
I don't
another
know.
1-1.
I feel like I
Targeting
big time
both of his
misplay,
other opponents.
building up time,
Very
and then I
rich
win,
and has a
and
lot of
then
time to
I
spare.
play like super
One
well and I
victory
lose.
here, all of a sudden, this could be the
I was
moment
kicking
of the
shells
match
so
right
badly
now to go
on
up
that.
more than a full lobby
I don't
victory
know.
on Author Blues with the big comeback.
Yeah, Oth is in some dangerous levels
Off
right
going
now.
through a castle level.
7-4.
Now
Is he
this-
gonna do
okay,
the
this
loop?
might be an opportunity, and I'm curious to see what Oth does here.
There's not enough
With
enemies
the
to do
amount
it.
of opponents left in the match, probably isn't the best idea. It probably wouldn't work out. But what you can
Code
do in these levels,
There's
in
5
castle
people
levels
in-
where you have to go on the correct path to progress.
He's not getting that much.
A strat
That's like the number of
sometimes can be
enemies you'd
take the
expect
wrong
with
path
1
on
left.
purpose.
He
And
needs
now you're
to
just looping
target
through that
spin.
castle over and over again,
8-4?
collecting resources.
If he
destroying
wins this
enemies
match,
over
I'm gonna
time.
be so
That's a lot of
upset.
coins.
I don't think he
But if you have
does.
a bankroll for it to
I wanna
spend
say
down
he
on your
doesn't
power-ups,
win
it
this
might not
one,
be a bad idea.
just based on.
And I'm
I know
curious
the
to see
final
what Oth does
outcome on
here.
points.
Again, 8-4. Oth just seems to be getting 6 threes and 8 fours like all night.
But that sucks.
Golly, so
7-4
much
into
on the
8-4
last level,
on
but again, they train for these
not
circles,
fastest, but
more
faster
challenging
timer.
levels. Coming in,
That
challenging our
sucks.
opponents, but they're up for the challenges. All of them have taken 2 to 3 lobby victories in just
Now it's
over-
fastest red.
closing in on 70
That really
minutes
sucks.
of SMB
And there's all those
35
juicy
gameplay.
enemies
Awesome
you can't
stuff
do
to see
anything
from our
with.
runners.
So
Great
you have to replay the
representation
whole
of the
room
game.
if you run to get them.
Yeah, these are very, very talented players. You can tell.
Someone earlier asked if
Everybody's
you get
lasting
more
very
time
late
from
into
killing
the
things
match.
with
I mean,
stars
honestly,
or POWs.
top
The answer is
5 in the
no.
match is really
I
good,
actually don't know the
because
numbers on
sometimes it comes
POWs,
down to just,
but
yeah, something bad
um,
happened. Like
a
balloon
star
and something
is
bad
not
happens.
great. Star basically,
We've got right here, Off doing all he can, trying to,
Did he get it?
Wait.
What the? Like a
did
balloon.
it
and
must have
something
ran
bad
out like
happens.
right when he hit the
we've got
hammer.
right here, Off doing
that
all he
sucks.
can, trying to,
Did he get
I
it?
didn't even-
What the?
Wow, that was the
Oh,
only thing on
he
screen that
died.
could have killed him. He rolled a POW and it killed everything, but not the hammers. So if he ran straight instead of jumping, he would have lived. But
Yes,
wow,
he
that's
took a
so
death like that. I
lame.
don't know if he maybe had a star and it just ran out the last second.
I think he
Not 100%
would have
sure,
lost on time
but
anyway
now
because
Off
the level luck was so
went from
bad. But
ahead going into that
that's
lobby to now
crazy to
catch
roll a
him
POW and then
to
die to the
not
hammers.
afford. ADEF right now taking a victory in his lobby as he's up against 2 more opponents. Very rich and has a lot of time to work with as he's taking out more Bowsers to send over.
Yeah, I gotta
Check
hand
that
it.
POW block, big POW block sending out 2 Bowsers.
I say I gotta hand it to Oth on that death with not that many coins. Oth knew that he
going
had to
up.
be a
Right.
little bit more conservative and wasn't rolling the roulette as much because you gotta take the risk, be the small Mario, and try to make it out to a better position. So give props to Oth. He went down swinging on that one.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just
Should've
don't
given
have
points
the
for second and
coins. You
third.
gotta play it a little
Yeah,
more
maybe.
aggressive. And, this isn't your.
But,
this
like,
isn't your
I don't know.
granddad's SMB. I, should say
I guess if you
dad's.
give
We're not
points
that
for
old.
second,
Just
how many
give
seconds
them
have I
that.
gotten?
This isn't
2?
your Papa's SMB1. A lot more.
I've
enemies
probably
on screen
gotten
they gotta deal with.
a few
Couldn't
thirds,
quite
like
game around
maybe
all of
2
those.
thirds as
Just
well.
mistimed
So maybe you
that
say 1
just a
point for
little
third, 5
to
points for
get
second or
to
something.
sending out that Bowser and
I might
whatnot.
have like an extra
ADEF
12,
moving
but my
into
opponents
red timer
probably
right now.
would
He's up against only one other
also.
opponent.
So
This
I don't know.
could be massive, chat. We're in the final 20 minutes. One opponent standing between 8.
But yeah, that would be nice because if you get second, you wasted so much time.
As he's got fire flowers, he sends one Bowser.
Second
He's
is
got a star. He sends a
actually
second
just the
Bowser.
worst thing you can
Oh,
get in a
no,
match.
there's a
You
third
want
Bowser.
first
Who's
or
who's in the Bowser level?
35th.
Who's sending over?
Honestly.
ADEF doing his best to play some defense and send him back. Looks like Pi secured another KO victory himself in his lobby. Got 2 opponents left.
That's a
lobby
great
really
point,
massive.
Xenericus.
He's gonna need it as we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
If
actually
you,
really
yeah, if
clever
you got
from
down to
ADEF there.
second
You saw
and it
ADEF
wasn't
get
even
cornered
red
by
timer
both
yet
of
and
those
you just
Bowsers.
died
ADEF knows that he's got coins
to just
suspended.
move
He
on to
knows
the
he's
next
on
match,
red
that would be
time.
brilliant.
So he
Yeah.
intentionally took
That's a great
damage
point. So yeah,
while
I think
waiting
the
to get
format is fine. The problem's not the format. The problem is the game, and it's not that serious anyway. Like,
and that was
there's nothing
actually
you can do to
really
make a game like
smart,
this like fair.
if intentional, which I'm assuming
but-
it was because he just kind of stood there.
Yeah, and
again,
it's just for
using-
fun.
That's another thing too. Adif,
But
you
I
said
still
kill
did
Bowser
get
with a
kind of
shell.
owned.
That can be
by-
really helpful if you notice
like,
that you can kick a shell.
most
at
things
Bowser,
that could have
do
gone
that,
wrong
because otherwise you're just throwing fireballs.
went wrong
at
for me. I feel
This
like
is a cool
a
spot.
lot of
Off
bad
has
level
gotten
luck,
2 KOs
a lot of
in,
bad roulette
his
luck.
match,
Even
and Adif,
like in
is
all the
going to
moments
bank.
when I
If
wanted
not,
to not
if-
get a star
if
right
he does
before a
not win
shell
the
kick,
match,
I
he's
would
going
get
to
it.
bank
So then I
those
had to
3
start
KOs.
not rolling
So
it
this
before the
win
shell.
right now for Adif
But then I
would
couldn't
be,
use it.
like,
I don't
the
know.
win that
It's
would
hard.
put him over.
Absolutely.
And then, even the
Just- he's
ending,
had a couple times now, just real
like,
quick KOs, and that's what he
you
needs
have to
right now
stop
keep
at
it
1:30,
within
right? And
that
I-
lobby's difference right
most
now.
of my
Still
final
very
match just
early
gets
on in this match,
wasted 'cause
and we're
I
starting to look at they're about to potentially
get to
into
finish
their
the last
final
match.
lobbies. Pi gonna need
So,
a
like,
victory in
everything
this
worked
lobby
out
right
kind
here,
of
and
poorly,
probably
but it's
another
whatever.
lobby victory to try to pull this back.
Yeah, I mostly just wanted to play, and I'm
Clinch
glad
it
that like
potentially
the
right
actual
here with a little
gameplay I
over 15
did,
minutes
despite the
left to go.
point count,
Nice
the actual
moving
gameplay I
up
did,
on those
I'm like
maneuvers.
super
Ooh, good
happy
read right
with
there from
because
Cheap
I did
Cheap
so
coming
many
up.
That
cool
was a
like
great, yeah, that was a great bounce combo.
I don't know,
That's
just
exactly what we're
enemy
talking about with this
stomps
improvisation.
and like
There's no
movement
pattern for
around.
that. You don't know where they're
all
going to
the
be.
levels.
Are you good enough at moving Mario? Which sounds silly, but you can be really good at that.
Other than
as
give them
evidenced
free
by these
time.
players.
Yeah, that
Are
is
you good
crazy.
enough to be able to
The
just
thing,
bounce
like-
on one, bounce on the other, wherever they are.
The
Can
way
you
this
see
game
that
works,
and
you
make the
you
shot?
think it will work
Great
a certain
job.
way. Send more enemies, get more KOs, and like win, kill your opponent. But like once you get to high level, or like for example, there's an option to attack people with lowest time, and it's like, oh okay, yeah, people with lowest time, maybe they're not doing the best, they'll panic and they'll die, they'll like die to your enemy because they're rushing or something. But when you get, if you're a good player, this game is totally the other way. It's backwards from that. Sending enemies to people just helps
I
them.
don't want to jinx it, but Adef
It
is
just
in a
gives
pretty
them
good
time.
position
So if you
and
target lowest
could
time, you're
actually
just keeping
win
them
this match,
alive.
I think. His opponent does not have that many coins, and this bridge level is pretty dangerous, but yeah, making great use of the bounce combos and the shell combos to get through. This match is, I think, is Adef's to win. He's playing very, very
Oh, he died
level
on
is pretty dangerous,
8-1
but yeah,
stairs.
making great use of the bounce combos and the shell combos to get through. This match is, I think, is Adef's to win.
Oh no.
He's playing very, very well right now. And oh, Pi! Oh no!
The one tile slippage from I ate your
Oh yeah, this
pie.
is the legendary moment. You have to watch Adef's screen right here.
Bridge level is
It's like one of the best
dangerous,
moments of the
but,
whole thing.
Yeah, making great use of the bounce.
So, okay, he
combos
takes
and the
damage.
shell
If you go
combos
down
get
to
through.
small
This
on this
match is,
bridge,
I think, is Adef's to
it's
win.
terrifying.
He's
And there's only
playing
one
very, very
opponent
well
left right now,
right
right?
now.
He rolls a pow. He rolls a
Oh,
pow.
no.
The one tile slippage from I
He
ate
rolls a
your
mushroom
pie. Sure he has a few
right before
choice
taking
words right
damage.
there.
So
Wasn't quite
the
able-
mushroom just he's Mushroom Mario. He rolls a mushroom, so it gives him time, and then he shrinks. So it like does nothing for him. Now he's small, and he has to wait until he can roll again. Roll again. He rolls a pow. He rolls a pow.
He just had to wait for a couple of Goombas. Couple
He rolls a
jump
pow.
enemies to get out of the way. That is going to be tough for Pi to come back.
He finally gets the
Based
fire
on
flower.
just time alone. Again, we're in the final 15
The crazy thing
minutes.
is there was a power up right
Our
there. I don't know why he
challenge
didn't run
tonight,
forward a little bit.
You can see.
He was just
looks
like scared and really wanted to
believe
roll
took
it
the
and was
victory.
panicking, but
Wow. But yeah, there was a little bit of lag on my screen.
then he just wins right after that, so it's chill, but that was kind of nuts.
Has secured 3
That had to
kills
happen
in
to
his
someone
lobby.
at some point.
Off,
The
if he can
POW
get
chain.
One more lobby victory ties it back up. It is looking like a 2-horse
He's like,
race for
"Where's
first
my
place,
power
boys."
up?
You got 2 different races. One on the top of your screen, one on the bottom of your screen. I Ate Your Pie versus Cosmic, and Adef versus Author Blues. Only one of them can go home the winner of the HDQ 2021 SMB 35 Challenge.
I am just loving how this is shaping up right now. If Oth wins his match, he'll be tied. If Oth can get more KOs and win the match, he'll be ahead. But he has to win the match to stay in it. I love how this is shaping up right now. This is so dynamic.
I paused before killing Bowser because I want to target more people.
Oh yeah.
It didn't really work.
All right, we have
But I tried.
$50 from Eon, who says, always a blast to watch friends on GDQ. Go Team Off. We have $25 from Synth and Lasers. Been loving GDQ all week, as always. Let's go for 2.5 million and beyond. Shoutouts to all the runners, hosts, event staff, PCF, and of course, Team Off. And then we have a $15 donation. Hang on for a second, my thing just scrolled on me.
No
There we
one's
go.
super
A
close.
$10
No red
donation
timer.
from Bad Actor. Victor, who says, to Author Blues, hey there, Big Cheese.
Auth with 4
Good luck
people.
applying
He has some
dynamic entry to all
Lackitudes.
the
Does a Lackitude
schmoers.
party
We
start
got
here?
firm belief in you, and if I could see some Auth pairs in
That was
chat, I'd
good
really
mid-jump
appreciate
fireball.
it.
A lot of people
To
don't
Author
do that
Blues,
kind of
hey
stuff.
there, Big Cheese. Good luck
I think that's
applying
what really
dynamic
sets
entry
apart
to
like
all
good
the
players.
schmoers. We got firm belief in
That's what
you,
sets
and
good
if I
players
could see
apart.
some Auth
Jump and then
pairs in
fireball,
chat, I'd really
like
appreciate that.
before
And
getting to the ledge
there's
to
the
kill the thing that's there.
$15 from Anonymous. Those of you who are
A lot of
playing
average
will
players would,
understand I was
like,
looking for this one. Don't
if there's a
work
piranha
with
plant right on the
amazing
edge of
skills.
a
Blistering speed,
platform, they're
insulting
just like
speed,
panic. They're like,
attack,
what do I
and
do? I
fun
have to get
fact
hit.
that
It's like,
I
no, you
hereby
can just
once
fireball it.
died to King Dig Dongo and Ocarina of Time randomizer. Team, I eat your pie. My goodness, and I think we know why that was Anonymous. I very much love it.
Didn't get in
still,
each other's
though.
lobbies.
And
No,
that being
the
said,
only
folks,
opportunity
swear
for
that
that
was
would be
not
the
me.
first
Go
one,
ahead.
and
Are
we
you
like
sure?
purposely didn't want that to happen.
Let's push for
Because
that
imagine
2.5
if
billion,
like
y'all.
3 people got in a lobby and 1 person didn't.
Working
Like, the one person that
towards
didn't could just,
$2.5 million.
like,
We're getting hype in
the-
here,
the-
chat.
the
We've been
whole
hyped
thing
for
could
a
almost
week,
be
but keep it
determined from
going,
the
I
first
believe in
one.
all
If,
of
like,
you, and we
our
believe
match, we all
Author
compete and
Blues
waste 15
still
minutes and
has a
only one
shot
person
to
wins,
take this
or
from
the other
ADF.
person
He's got
like
just
wins their
3
match in
other
like 5
opponents
minutes.
left in
It's just
his
like this
lobby.
big divide
Has
that we
secured
didn't want
another
right at the start.
KO since then. But again, one lobby victory and he ties it back up.
Really clean
Cosmic,
1-1
I-
movement. Let's
One
go
for-
back and check it out.
Second, my then beyond chat says always a blast to watch friends on GDQ. Go team off. And then we have
Is it
to
over
Author
here?
Blues. Hey there, Big Cheese.
the shell.
Good luck applying
Shell
dynamic
comes
entry to
back.
all the schmoers. We got firm belief in you, and if I could see some Auth pairs in chat, I'd really appreciate that. And there's the donation, $15 from
How many
Anonymous.
people are
Those of you
sniping?
who
Yeah,
are fans of
probably a
Pi will
ton.
Understand why I was looking for this one.
Secretly,
Don't lack
we
these
had
amazing
some
skills.
back-end things
Blistering
happening to
speed,
try and
insulting
minimize
speed,
sniping,
boost
but people
attack,
still
and the fact
somehow
that
managed to
I
pull it
hereby
off.
Once died to King Dig Dongo and Ocarina of Time randomizer. Team, I eat your
I have
pie.
700
My goodness, and I
coins?
think we
Jeez.
know why that was Anonymous. I very much love it still, though. And that being said, folks,
I
let's
swear
push-
that was not me. Go ahead.
Are you sure? Anyways, let's push for that 2.5 billion, y'all.
Working towards $2.5 million. We're getting hyped.
Yo,
in
Dematty,
here,
thanks
chat.
so much,
We've been hyped
dude.
for a week, but keep it going. I believe in all of you, and we believe Author Blues still has a shot to take this from ADF. He's got just 3 other opponents.
Right now,
left
you'll
in
notice
his
I'm playing
lobby.
really slow
Causes
because
just
I've
another
lost
KO
so many
since
of these
then.
red timer
One
matches
lobby
by just
victory
like
ties it
rushing
back up.
forwards.
Cosmic,
I get a
those
bad
3
level as soon
knockouts
as
in
fast
his
red timer
lobby,
comes.
I wouldn't
So
say
I'm
he's
like,
quite
dude,
on it, but
can
he
this
needs
fast
a
red timer
victory
just
and
come
he needs
already?
it
I can look
quick.
in the warp zone, I can see what
I saw
levels
good
are
so they
coming,
Just
and I
get
can
into
make my
another
move.
lobby.
Saw a good play from Cosmic just now. Cosmic realized that in red time, he needs more enemies to destroy. And so he hung out for a minute and spun the wheel of attackers to hopefully kind of get some other people attacking him, and that will generate garbage enemies for him to destroy. Good presence of mind.
Absolutely. Cosmic here in
Okay.
1-2.
Now I get to go to the warp zone and see what my fate
He's got
is.
a lot of coins he can pull from. Mainly just wants to avoid, obviously, taking the
Oh.
Gonna like to just
Wait.
move
Oh, no,
on.
no, 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 no. We already had a 1-2
Giving up right now.
earlier?
It will be damage.
On GDQ, go.
Based on just time alone,
Oh.
again, we're in the final 15 minutes. There, ties it back. ADF versus Author Blues.
Oh,
Only one
wait.
of them.
Why did I go in this pipe? I have no
Believe
idea.
Author Blues
To destroy. Good presence of.
pull 1-1.
I think. I'm
Yeah,
not
I was
sure.
like, I feel like I don't see that too often. For the
No.
most part, they just pull from.
Wait, what?
Has this all of
Am I missing
Firm
something?
belief. Peace.
If Off can get
one on the top of your screen, one on the bottom of your screen. I Ate Your Pie versus Cosmic, and ADF versus
1-4-1-1-1-2.
Blues. Only one of them can go home.
Did I
We got two different
wait,
races. One
that's
on the top of your
1-2,
screen, one on the
right?
bottom of your screen. I Ate Your Pie versus Cosmic, and
to stretch
for a hit.
a hope.
Move on. Pull.
But no, hardly ever. I
I-
wonder. I'd actually be curious why Cosmic did that. I'm guessing it was perhaps to
Thought-
stall the screen, or stall the timer with a screen
Huh.
transition. But I actually don't know. That's an interesting move. I hope it pays off for him though. And Off going in, getting the choice right now, taking that 4-2 warp and getting to choose a level. So 8-4. Off
I thought I had a huge brain play
You've
here.
got your leader in the top left corner.
Did
who has
I just,
secured
like,
another KO? And once again, 4 attackers on
misread?
him right now, sending those enemies out, sending that junk out as quickly as he can. We're coming up on 10
I want to say I
minutes
win,
left
like,
in the
right
race.
now.
Can ADEF hold on?
I
Has
remember
been
this
absolute
game.
Beast mode
Yeah,
for the last
I
about
want.
35 minutes.
What the heck?
Taking the lead from
I will say, okay, ADEF the other day, he rewatched this, and I tuned in for just a little bit, and I saw this part, and did I really, like, see this twice or something? What am I even thinking?
My thing just. Let's tell the runners, hosts, event staff, peace.
Let me try and figure this out.
That was not me. Go ahead.
Oh,
Are you
oh,
sure?
okay, here. I knew I missed this. Okay. Man, how did I, like, not find this when looking? Okay, this is why I did this, okay? Man, I just got, like, so... not finding that, I, like, questioned my own reality. Okay, here's the warp zone. So you see 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2. These will come in order. So if I go in 1, 2, 1, 1 will come next, 3, 2 will come after that, okay? So I know I'm in normal red timer right now. I want to go real slow, and I want it to be faster, like fastest red timer by the time I get to 3, 2. That's why I start playing really slowly. Not because I'm like, oh, I need to like let more enemies come or anything like that. I am playing slow because I want fast timer when I get to 3-2 because it's a really good stage for building up time.
Taking the death. Gonna like to just move on.
So that's to answer Glitch Cat's question. Why did I go in the pipe here? It's because I knew 1, 1 and then 3, 2 comes next.
I think. I'm
Yeah,
not
I was
sure.
like, I feel like I don't see that too often.
No.
For the most part, they just pull from the warps.
No, hardly ever. I wonder. I'd actually be curious why Cosmic did that.
There's your answer,
guessing it
Glitch
was
Cat.
perhaps
Clip it and
stall
ship it
the
to it.
screen, or stall the timer with a screen transition.
But anyway,
Choose a level,
here's the
so-
frustrating thing about that. In all my other matches, I got like terrible levels at the exact moment that I needed good levels for time. Like I would get 8-4 and then 1-3 right when fastest timer comes. Here, I'm in a great position. I'm planning out like perfectly how to
8-4.
have good time, right? What do you know? I just win. The one match where I just get lucky and like my opponent dies before the timer goes faster is the one where I would have been all set to win on fastest red.
He is within striking range, only 1 point behind Author Blues.
Hey Spike, you want to add some excitement to everything that's already been going on here?
Oh my god, I don't know if I can handle it, but give it to me.
Did you know that we have a new incentive that just opened up? So you like Ocarina of
my
excitement to
gosh.
everything that's already...
Vegeta,
Points and all. Oh my god, I don't know if I can handle it, but give it to me.
Did you know that we have a new incentive that
guy,
just
dude.
opened up? So you like Ocarina of Time, we have the 2.5 million. What if we have this incentive at
Give it to me.
$225,000 and 64 cents? The 64 cents is important for N64.
Main
For
downside to
Ocarina
take the
of
main
Time
pipe
Glitch
instead of warp pipes
Exhibition,
is that
let's
it
get
clears
there,
your enemy
let's do
queue.
that. And again, remember folks, you
Why
can
wouldn't that
have
happen from
those dollars go both
warp pipes?
towards both the Glitch Exhibition and the 2.5 million goal. Let's do it. Let's go. More Ocarina and more GDQ hype. Let's go, Spike.
Let's go,
Let's
Chad.
go.
We're rolling deep. We're going for breaking all sorts of records this week as our players are breaking records.
Alright, so here's what sucks about this last game. I have 10 minutes, right? I have 10 minutes left to play. Typically, a full match takes like 12 to 15 since they updated it to go a little faster. It used to take like 18.
You heard it. You heard it from Sky. Get
So
those
I don't have time for a
$225,000
full match. If this goes to red time, I lose.
And you can see a glitch exhibition, and I've been told.
So all I can do is play like really aggressively. I did get a KO there, that's good. Get some final points in. But like all I can do is like
red time, lots of coins.
it's frustrating.
and 4
All I can think to
-1
do is
with,
speedrun to try and find
excuse me,
like
the
maybe
potential to
Lakitus to end the
create,
game fast. But if I
Lakitus swarm.
speedrun,
Although
I don't
it
get to
seems
build
unlikely
up
because there's only
coins,
one
so I'll just die to them.
player left in the match, but
And
this
there's
is an
almost
interesting
nothing
spot
I
for
can
us to
do
be in,
other than hope my
with the
opponents
chance to
just
send some
die.
powerful enemies. And look at
But
the
I mean, I'll
bravery
try.
here.
I'll try and find some Bowsers to
Choosing-
send or something.
Yeah, choosing. So rolling for a power up to make up a little bit of the time, and then choosing to hang out there and hit that multi-coin block. That's brave. But man, we'll see if that pays off. That was a brave move.
Yeah, brave move right
Author
there.
Blues, in
Beautiful
my
chain
opinion-
bounce right there for off.
Oh, and Pi
He just needs
taking another
no.
pit death.
Just
oh, no.
you have 600 coins. You
Unfortunate
just
for
gotta
Pi
run ahead.
right here. Has
Don't
had a
fireball
bad
this
couple of
Koopa,
lobbies
whatever
here,
you do.
but Still not out of it by any
You
means.
don't need
Potentially
these,
slip
man.
up
You
into
got to
a
get to
higher
400.
position.
He
They're gonna need
fireballed the
him
Koopa.
real
He didn't
fast and
shell
real
kick.
soon, as ADEF just will not let the lead
How do
go.
these people win these
It might
these
be
matches?
one NPC for off,
I don't understand.
him from getting back
He's at
into it,
200
not
collecting
letting ADEF
coins,
let
not
the
shell
lead go.
kicking. He gets 1-3. How does he
Off's
win this?
opponent is definitely
Another
powerful. We'll see. This is it for Oth. If
I gotta
Oth can
watch his
win-
opponent and see what
If
the
Oth
heck
can win this
happens.
match, he'll tie. If Oth can win this match by knocking out his opponent, he'll be in the lead. I think that's so interesting, and some great saves as Oth takes damage but lands on that ledge. That was amazing, actually.
Their
I
opponent's
feel
in
like Oth
3-1.
has
Do
been
they fall in the
facing
pit
this
by the
one
stairs?
Other opponent for about the
The opponent's playing
entirety of
really
this
slow,
challenge
so there
right
is
now.
that.
Let's see if he can get rid of him as Cosmic a big jump over a big old.
What was my
facing
big
this
jump?
One other opponent for
Bowser?
about the entirety of
Right
this
here?
challenge right now. Let's see if he can get
Yeah.
rid of him as Cosmic a big jump.
I think this
over
is
a
when the
big old
Bowser- oh, never mind.
into the star, and now destroying many enemies, going towards 4 other opponents. If he can get through this lobby quick enough, he's still got a shot just like
He's
Oth to
fireballing
catch
Koopas. It
ADEF,
makes me
but
so
ADEF
upset.
not giving
That's
up
such
the lead.
juicy time.
Yeah, Cosmic also, like you said, in a good position, and also
I don't think
too,
the second
Cosmic
damage is worth it.
Really aggressive
Maybe
with his
Ivy
targeting,
could be.
and that
It's
might
not on
produce a
fastest
couple of
rid.
KOs. Which, if Cosmic could get what
Kick
2?
the shell.
Yeah, it wants one KO and a
He
win
thought
to
about
tie, and 2 KOs
Star.
and a win to take the lead. So do not count Cosmic
He has
out here.
80.
Oth getting really tense. This is a really tense moment for Oth. We'll see. His opponent might have.
You
a
gotta
little bit
kick
more
this shell.
time,
If you
but
fireball
this
these
is the
guys,
time for
I'll be
big
so upset.
plays, maybe some damage boosting
nice.
combos. Oth has got
There we go.
so
And he
fast
skips
right
the
now.
star. There we go. There's
Just
some
over
good
100
red timer
seconds.
play.
Beautiful shell right there.
And
going
bounce up to get-
100
okay, yeah.
160 seconds
Good
right
job,
now,
good job,
and
good job.
able to get that
No,
chain
nice.
bounce up, snag a fire flower, and start going to
Don't
work.
fireball the Koopas,
He's got
though.
a lot of work to make up right now, trying to get rid of all this vomit of enemies right now to keep the timer from hitting 0. Can he take out this one other opponent, starting to run lower on
Yeah,
coins,
1-2 is the
looking
play
like
there.
in that corner.
Grab the fire flower, not
Yeah,
the
Oth is
coins. You
trying
don't
to
need
maybe
the
grab.
coins.
Oh,
he just
got
wins
it. And
anyway,
he got
though.
it with a KO, or did he? Was that a KO? I saw him
think-
win.
ADEF is in
Yeah,
6-3.
possibly. Was that a KO?
That's a KO.
Actually, not 100% sure.
Yeah. Oth put up
Rip.
53 points for
Rip.
Oth and a KO. Wow.
He might have been able to finish that. Well, he probably wouldn't have finished that match, actually.
Secure the victory, leaving the door open for both Oth and Cosmic to potentially come back. Oth.
When you start playing on your 8-4 account.
Here's the question.
On this
Can you
last
get
match,
3
when I had like
KOs?
5 minutes
You
left, it
usually
crossed my
rely
mind. I was like,
on
it'd be
the
really
body.
funny if I pulled out the
Like
8-4
to
account
see
right now. But
friendly NPCs
I just, yeah.
to die to some
If
of the
I
junk
imagine
enemies
if like
earlier in the final
I did it
almost
and then I got a
5
win
seconds
and
in the
then
match.
now I
There
like
might
won
not
the
be
whole
time
thing.
to actually finish a lobby
I
right
just
now,
don't want that
so
situation.
The presence of mind play is just to
I
go
think it's
for
like
KOs.
funny and I
I'm
want to do
really
it as a
interested
joke, but
to
I don't
see.
want to like
Cosmic
ruin.
has a shot. If
the
Cosmic
showcase.
has enough players that he could KO for a win, and ADEF right now just trying to rack up. I think if I were ADEF right now, I'd be just going for KOs. Just get those extra points.
getting
And ADEF,
sniped
you
in the
see
pit.
spinning the wheel of attackers again.
No, that
get
did happen.
attackers
The
early
reason I
in
lost the
match, and
showcase
that's a
is
really
not
good
because
play.
of the
Wow,
two
I'm
pits
just,
that
I'm
I
like
fell
watching
in.
This. I'm trying to
Everyone
commentate,
fell
but
into a
I'm
couple pits.
Loving this match right now.
I probably
Both
fell in the least pits actually.
Yeah, we've got big
But I just
early
wasted all my
lobbies
time
for
going to red
both
timer
ADEF
in like unwinnable
and
red
Oth.
time
Right now, Pi
situations.
dealing with a medium lobby of 13 players attacking one other opponent at this point. Could secure one more victory, it looks like, in that time. And Cosmic right now with 6 players left on his screen, the closest to potentially a lobby victory. And that's what he's going to need to stay in this race
Did
right now.
Author Blues like loop the level queue or something? Because he had like 1-2, 1-1, 1-2,
All just be a
1-1.
little too
Wonder if he
little too
looped the
late.
queue. Which is probably what I should have done. I should have made sure I looped the queue, and I should have like
Just
written
a
down
few
all the
quick
levels in it
donations
so I
as
could
we're on
plan the
pins and
ending
needles. See
perfectly.
who's gonna be able to
That's
take
what I
this
really
on.
should
Will
have
it be
done.
ADEF? Let's kick it
If
over
I
to
could
the
go back and do it
donations
again,
guy.
that's what I would do.
Could I just say I'm happy y'all are taking a breath here. I'm not sure how you're managing to breathe between this commentary, but my
I
goodness.
have drained an entire bottle of water.
I'm right there with you.
I don't think your level
So,
affects who you
let's
match
see, we
with.
have
No,
a
there's no way.
$100 donation from Anonymous who says Team Cosmic and $25
Yo, thanks, Anonymous.
from from Nox Mexico who says, yes, Team Cosmic. And both of those were together, so I appreciate the timing on those.
Here's what sucks. See, there's 3 minutes left for me to try and win. I have 2 opponents. Oh, I have 3 opponents. All I can do is, like, hope they die. All it's giving me is 1-1, like, World 1 stages. I can't do anything with this. I'm sure I go in the pipe here. Pipe? Yeah, because I'm just trying to get to the next level and find anything that can try and KO them.
Shoutouts to Team Pie! I'm sorry for those puns.
I'm sure I roll here to try. Oh, I got fire.
Every single one of them. You
He's
can't
such
be
a
fan
waste of
GDQ
time,
and
but
not
I like
a
can't
little
shoot
bit
him.
into the pun game.
Oh, and then I realized, oh yeah, just run to the flagpole. It'll kill him from the flag.
Gonna end up
Duh.
just bailing on it and
Here I'm
moving
like,
on.
okay, I
Again,
finally
he's
got
three
5-1,
other
which has like
opponents
some
left in his
bullet
lobby
bills, but
stand,
really
which
it's not giving me anything.
This isn't your show, please.
I think I like stand still to be like, okay, maybe if like
ADF right now, this is going to absolutely come down to the wire. And
maybe
that
we can
might
start
be
a
the game
bullet bill
left to watch.
party,
He's targeting
because I'm targeting 3
5
people.
other opponents right now. If the junk can just work it out in the right way, Off could snipe this victory. ADF hasn't gotten another KO victory in his time in this lobby.
But yeah, it doesn't really do much for me. I might get... No. Then I just get 4-3 another stage
Unfortunately, it's
that...
not like other sports. I can't call a timeout.
really do much with.
You can't coach this at all. You just gotta go. You gotta make these calls on the fly. What your
Fixed amount of
strategy,
games
how
to
it
play.
might change here at
You
the end.
can't run a
Off doing
showcase
all
that
he can,
way.
Just kill as many enemies as
Like,
possible. Getting that start
imagine
going,
someone
just
falls in a pit,
flying through so many enemies.
Yeah, Oth is
4
definitely
times,
trying to
and
get
they're done
aggressive
in
right now because Oth
40
could
minutes,
get
and then
enough
other
KOs
people
here
have
by the end,
3 more
to
games they gotta
win
play.
it with
Like,
what,
I
like
don't know.
5 minutes
Just-
left. Yeah, this is super aggressive gameplay right now. Oth knows that he wants KOs.
It just doesn't make sense to run a showcase that way.
Yeah, you kind of have to abandon the thought of a
Again, the
lobby
problem's not the
victory
format,
at
the
this
problem is
point.
just the
Hope
game
ADF isn't getting any over on
Can't
his
be...
side.
You can't make
Anybody
it
coming in
fair.
late, Off led for the majority of the match, but then ADF has taken the lead off of about 3
Which I am, like, fine
lobby
with.
victories. 3, maybe it was even actually
I'm just
the
like
whole
venting
4
about
in
some
a row.
particularly
Unbelievable
stupid
stuff.
things that happen to me. But in the end, it's like, whatever.
Cosmic trying his best right
I don't
now,
even
but
care
I don't
about,
know
like,
if
the
it's-
results.
I don't know if the math is in Cosmic's
Like,
favor.
Me winning or losing
I
the
don't know,
match
even with a lobby win,
is, like,
even with a lobby win and
so
all
much
the
less
remaining
relevant to me
KOs,
than
I
just,
don't think the
oh,
math is
I'm
in Cosmic's
frustrated
favor right
because
now with the time that we have left.
I got this particular level right when red time
really
hit or
it's,
something.
it's
Like,
ADF
that's what I got annoyed
ADF
with.
in the lead, and if Oth can get the KOs in time, that's
Oh,
gonna get it.
ADF.
Oh no! Oh, I think that's a pit death for ADF, and no KOs on that match, meaning that this is
1-1.
all.
I finally got some
ADF
Hammer
wins it.
Bros,
If
so I
we
got
5
something
minutes
in the
to go or
mix,
so,
but it's too
ADF
late,
wins
dude.
this
I have 20
unless
seconds left.
Other Blues can get what 4 KOs in this match, and he
I
has
feel
the
like I
ability to
totally
do
missed
that,
one of my
but
matches I played.
kind
There was
of up
another
to the
match
other
that went to
players just as
time,
much as
and I
the
ran
We're
into
in the
6-1 at the
final
end, I want to
minute
say.
of the match right
Unless
now.
that's
So
right now.
You're gonna see the kills. You
Oh,
need them
here's
to happen
6-1. With
right
10
now
seconds
for
left
Arthur
in the
Blues.
entire showcase,
Maybe if Cosmic
I
can
finally
both of
find a
them here in about
Lakitu.
60
This is the
seconds,
first
and get
Lakitu that has
KOs on
appeared
them as
in my
well.
entire
Unbelievable
thing.
kills. ADF just... He's just like, oh, I'm putting it down. I'm praying.
Like,
we'll see if Off can catch up to me.
it's
We'll
just
see
so
if Cosmic's
sad.
got a shot. I think it's all gonna be a
I also
little
think this
too
is the first
late.
time I made it
No
to my stage that I put in,
NPCs
because I put in
trying to
6-1
switch it
here.
up
Yeah.
And with that, that is going to do it. ADF
This situation was so
takes
stupid, by
trying
the
to
way.
switch it up
I missed the
here.
fireball on him. I roll a mushroom.
And with that, that is... It's all going to be a little too late.
Look how stupid
no
this is.
NPCs trying to switch it up here.
Okay, so I hit the one up. I see the spiny coming. I crouch jump over him. I don't want to fall in the pit, so I like hold left and jump. And I break this block and it just falls in the
going
pit.
to do it.
Oh my
ADF
gosh.
Taking the AGDQ
I actually had my own timer running to keep track, and I was reading it like a minute slower than...
Before Cosmic went into beast mode and ADF went into just absolute...
I thought I had another minute to
mode,
play
winning
than I
3
did,
or 4
but I
lobbies
didn't,
in
so
a row.
that's why I'm, like,
Only
still
a few points
playing
behind
right now.
after leading for much of the match. Unbelievable show.
But yeah, anyway,
by all
that's the
4
showcase.
runners.
Ended up with
Look at
44.
8, 9, 10, 11, 13 lobby victories in 90
Yeah,
minutes.
if I
of
would have
play.
tied Arthur
That is
Blues
not
with
easy.
if
So many of them
any
are
one of
so
those
easy.
timeouts. There were 3
Push back.
timeouts.
What
If
do you
any
think?
one
What
of
you saw?
them
That was
ended up in a win
absolutely
instead of
amazing, and I
loss.
love how
If 2 of them
dynamic
ended up in a win
the
instead of
ending
loss,
got.
would have
ADF
won.
played
If
with
all 3 of of them ended up in a
lot
win.
of determination. You can see
would
it,
have
and you
been a
see the
blowout.
happiness right now.
But yeah, let's check out Adef's reaction to winning.
All the remaining ability to do that, but
Now for Author Blues,
Somewhere right here,
maybe
he's
if
like-
Cossack could kill both of right behind
He's like
Pi,
trying to
putting on a
find
great
the
show,
news
is right there
to see if he
before
won.
Cossack went into beast mode, and Adef went into just absolute domination mode, winning 3 or 4 lobbies in a row, off only a
He's like,
few points.
did I do
behind
it?
after
Did I do
leading
it?
For much of
What's
the
the
match,
sitch?
to do so many of them.
Oh, right
getting
there.
So deep
Yeah.
into it. Glitch Cat, what do you think of what you just saw?
that was absolutely amazing. And
He said,
love
"I wish you
how
could see me
dynamic
here. I'm like
the
doing
ending
crazy
got.
kicks
Adef played
off camera."
with a lot of determination. You could see it, and you see the
Yeah, I'm
happiness
plenty happy for Adef
right
winning.
now.
He obviously
Adef
played well.
with
He got a
so much
Lakitu party
determination,
shown
and I know
off.
Adef
He
trained
won a bunch of
really
red
hard for
timers,
this.
so obviously he
really
played
great
pretty
job.
good.
Pi also
Um,
doing very well.
we all fell in
Unfortunately,
pits,
took some
but,
pit deaths that really put
He
them
was
a
probably
little
on the
bit
lower
than
end of
Bobby.
falling in
Off
pits.
did so well.
I know he fell in
but
like
just
a
needed
6-2
the
and
KOs
like
at the
a...
end, and,
Most of his
the
pits
other
were
players
right
were
at the
pretty good. And I
end,
feel like Cosmic
when it kind of
played
didn't matter
so
anymore.
well, but just kept getting blocked right at the end.
Thanks,
2 or
Glitch
3
Cat. I
different
agree.
second places for Cossack right there. That's all the difference right there. Even if you had
True.
one more, would have been in the same boat.
Finally,
As
the
well,
Lakitu's
had been
coming
building up a lot of KO victories,
right when
could have
it's
had the
over is
shot,
so annoying
but
to me.
Again,
Oh, look at this
that's
bullet
all the
bill.
difference
Watch
right
my
there. Even if
screen
you
right
had
here,
one
dude.
more, would have been in the same boat as off. Had been building up a lot of KO victories, could have had the shot, but again, I mean,
You want to know what's even crazier? This is actually way more insane than it
that's all the
looks.
difference
Okay?
right there. Even if you had
Here's
one
what
more,
actually
would have been in the
happens.
same boat
I'm playing.
as off. Had been
Right
building
here,
up a
I'm
lot of
like,
KO victories,
okay,
could have had
go in the pipe.
shot.
I look away. Well, I start to look
That's-
away.
I mean, that's all the difference right
I
there. Even if you
react to
had
this
one
so
more,
fast,
been in
it's
the same
actually
boat
crazy.
as off, had been
Like,
building up a lot of KO victories,
I push
could have-
down. You see me start to look over to like, I don't know, check Discord or something, but like I immediately realize I don't think I went in the pipe. I don't think I went far enough forward. So I look back and like super quickly tap forward and go down. Before that bullet bill.
That's-
Isn't
I
that
mean, that's all the
insane?
difference right there. Even if you had one more, would have been in the same boat as off.
Like,
Had
I
been
like
building up a lot of
react so
KO
fast I
victories,
don't even
could
look
have had the
away.
shot, but
I like move and
again,
then immediately look
unbelievable
back.
difference
Anyway.
right there. Even if you had
Yep,
one
so
more,
that's
would have
the
been in
showcase.
same boat
I
as
hope
off. Had been building
it
up a lot
wasn't
of
just
KO
annoying
victories,
listening to
could
me
have
be
had the
like, look
shot,
how unlucky I
but
got. This
again,
is dumb.
unbelievable showcase. It was great to
Baloney.
see all 4 of them perform here on
I really
stage.
just
As
I
Ruben
feel like
going
there
deeper
are a
into
lot of
AGDQ 2021
legitimately
$2.2 million. I'm gonna kick
just
it back over to Skybills.
terrible
Keep the hype train going in the
luck
Mitch
situations
Flower
that
Power,
happened.
Etiquette, and
And
potentially
yeah, I just
ZFG,
wanted to point them
everyone.
out. But at the end of the day, I don't really
Even
care
more amazing
because
speedruns
I feel like I had
at
so
the
many good
conclusion
moments of
AGDQ
bouncing on
2021.
shells and
Take
like
it away, Sky.
cruising through castles. That yeah, it's whatever. Yeah. It kind of stinks that for how well I played, I really didn't get as many points as I should have, I feel like, but whatever. Yeah, someone asked when I was practicing this format, how many points did I typically get? And I think there was one time where I feel like I played terrible and I got like 46. And I was like, yeah, that was actually just bad. And like, I was like reading my chat most of the time and like kept falling in pits. So I didn't try that hard. But when I was doing practice ones and trying a lot harder, I would get like 60 to 70. I think one time I even got like 84 points. I know one time Adef practiced, I want to say he got like 90 something points, which is crazy. But yeah, most of the time I was getting like 60 to 80 points. And then in here I got 44, which is not great. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah. I don't think I really would have changed anything I did, other than a couple times where I like rolled a star right before a shell kick, or like accidentally kicked a shell the wrong way. Like those are the only mistakes where I'm like, I should have been better there. Or like the hammer bro that I got hit by and fell in a pit, I should have done better there. But that's like the only things I would change, really. And yeah, I don't know. That's not a whole lot to change for what I feel like my score should have been. I don't know. I just got edged out by a couple gamers on time who I actually just don't understand like how they had more time, because I feel like they weren't sending much, but it's whatever. And yeah, hope you enjoyed listening to me explain my thoughts and watch that showcase with me. I feel like it was fun. At the end of the day, that's what it was all about.